What's up, everybody? How's it going on this fine Saturday? I hope you guys saw. If you don't know, the song at the beginning of the show is Rin Money Game Part Two, which is just way too prevalent for what's going on nowadays. It's just like insane. But Rin got a shout out from Lucas Nelson. Now that shout out, guys, the shout out was actually on Joe Rogan's podcast, which I find to be hilarious, absolutely hilarious, because Rin is an amazing musician, a great hip hop artist, but also just amazing musician as well. Plays guitar and I'm sure plenty of other stuff as well. And I just think it's even more amazing that it was shouted out on Joe Rogan's show than anything else. Because Rin is definitely not a pro-billionaire hip-hop artist. I mean, it's insane to think that there are, but, I mean, considering where hip-hop started. But, with that being said, I just like to think about the fact that so many people in Joe Rogan's audience, I can remember the word, audience, they're going to hear his music. They're going to think, man, this guy is dope. They're going to go look at his, all of his videos and his music, and they're going to think he's so amazing. And then they're going to go to his Twitter, and they're going to see him talking mad shit about Donald Trump. Oh my God, it's just so amazing. At first I was like, I'm happy for Ren that, obviously Joe Rogan's podcast has a huge audience, the second or third hugest audience as far as podcasts go. So first of all, good for him, right? But I was kind of like, it's kind of annoying that this is getting shown on Joe Rogan's podcast. And then I thought about it for a minute, and I was like, no, this is going to be good. This is going to be good. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. Yeah, and so anyways, we got a lot to talk about today. Obviously, I'm sure most of you have seen it because there's a lot of videos coming out right now from Donald Trump's recent Truth Social post that is a goddamn, like, it's one gigantic paragraph, and it's out of control. The man is losing it. He's obviously scared that people are going to push for the Epstein files to be released. Like, you didn't have to convince me that Donald Trump was in the files, because we all know that the dude was best friends with him, all that stuff, right? So you didn't have to convince me of that. But it's almost like Donald Trump is trying to convince me of that. It's like Donald is like there's a thing about politicians, right? And I'm not saying it's a good thing, but I'm saying this is what they've always done, right? Is that if there's ever some type of controversy, they try to not engage with it as much as possible. And Donald Trump just can't help himself. He seriously can't help himself. He just has to. He has to just like he has to go out there and just tell everybody about his side, and it's, to me, exactly what a person does when they know that they've been caught doing something. When they have, like, when your hand's in the cookie jar, and mom walks into the kitchen, and it's like you're like, oh no, the cookies, the lid was open, and then, like, I wasn't getting a cookie. I was counting the cookies because, I know that there was a lot of cookies in there, and I just wanted to make sure, like, that all the cookies were still there. What's in my mouth? Oh, like, well, I did eat one cookie because, I wanted to make sure they were still fresh. But it looks like somebody else had gotten into the cookies, and I just wanted to make sure that the cookies were all there. And yeah, maybe I had one, but it's like, when a person defends something that they claim does not exist. And we're going to get into this. It's fucking insane. It's insane where he goes with this. But it's like when you defend yourself in this manner, it just makes people think more and more, oh, wait, yeah, this dude's definitely in there, right? Like even the Trump fanatics, the Trump cult members have to at this point be like, well, this is weird. This is strange. What? Anyways, let's see who's in the chat. Let's say hi to everybody, and then let's get to the show. Let's see what it is. Hope you guys are having a good Saturday. Hope you guys are having a great Saturday. Saturday. We love Saturday. DJ Hertz with the number 1. DJ Hertz. What's up, man? Alan, what's up? Woke Mike, what's up? Etch, what's up? Mama, what's up? Mitchell Carey, what is going on, Mitchell Carey? Liz Allen, what's going on, Liz Allen? Silent Siren. Dude, I like that profile picture. Silent. That's a good profile picture. Nice. Did you hear about Deja Fox's congressional run? I don't actually know who Deja Fox is. I'll have to look that up. Michelle, what's going on? Swift, life in the Swift lane. You're damn right. And Swift, yes, I did. Yes, I did. I know I already talked to you about this on Discord, but just so everybody else knows, I did stream the this space stream that I did on Thursday, also over here on my show as well, and I was super happy to see how many of you guys showed up for that. So thank you for being here, both the people that showed up on this space and also the people that showed up on this space and watched my show over here too. So we will be trying to broadcast that every Thursday as long as the internet allows us. Mod, what's going on, Mod? Tammy, what's up? What's happening, Tammy? Let's see, who else? 5 Alarm Fire. What's up, 5 Alarm Fire? Man, that name. It is so right, though, isn't it? Christina. What's up, Christina? Rude. What's going on, Rude? Is he really angry? I don't know, man. Yeah, I'm a person that when I'm angry, sometimes it's hard to tell until it's too late. And then you find out about it. Let's see. Ben, what's going on, Ben, from over there at the UK? It's probably looking a lot nicer and nice to be all the way over there in the UK right now. Woke Mike, I think I already said hi. We're going to say hi again. What up, Woke Mike? What is going on? A lot of you guys in chat. Saturdays are always filled with people, so I'm glad to see you guys. Rude, one time I did change the name of the channel to Progressive Matters because so many people said you're just not angry enough to be the angry ginger. But you guys weren't in this left-wing chat I was in last night watching me argue at 2 a.m. with another lefty about whether or not people staying home and not voting because of Palestine, Gaza, or Palestine-Israel conflict, whether or not that led to a portion of the reason that Kamala Harris lost. It's insane to me how many people just don't want to take any accountability, whether on the left or the right, for like their involvement in Kamala Harris's loss. The only point I was trying to make was that by staying home and not voting because you were upset about some things, and rightfully so, that you helped to make this situation worse. But that person, they were not feeling it. They didn't like it. Anyways, Kelly Anderson, what's up? Nathan, what's going on? See all you guys. Yep, we got a few rap billionaires out there. Janelle, what's up? Let's see. Who else is in here today? Who else is in here? I think I might have got all of you guys. There's a lot of you guys. You guys, a ton of you right now. Thanks for being here, guys. Kevin, what's up, Kevin? Troll Slayer, my newest of mods. What is happening? Let's see who else is over here. All right. I think we got everybody. Tia, what's up, Tia? 10 months, Tia. How am I? I'm doing actually pretty good today. It's Saturday, so I feel pretty good. Yes, we got Manic in the house, so you guys better behave. You better behave. Rude says, I'm not a ginger, but I got all the ginger characteristics. My nose turns red when I drink, and I burn super easily in the sun, and I turn red when I'm mad. True that. You're sexy and smooth, but your camera is not. Is there something wrong with my camera right now? Is it fuzzy? It doesn't look fuzzy on my end. It might be a little bit. It says excellent connection. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. All right. So we got a lot to talk about today. I think it's because when I lean forward, maybe I'll just pull it back here. We'll pull it back here. It's when I lean forward, the camera gets fuzzier. So we'll sit back a little bit. I mean, I got all this room. So much room. So much room. And yet, I'm not using it all. I just like lean up in the mic. It's too close. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm being yelled at. I'm being yelled at. Okay. Currently being yelled at. The wall behind me is more in focus. I don't know. Might fix it, might not fix it. Sometimes I have to... Oh, I see you guys are saying, yeah. Sometimes I have to do that. I got down here and everything needed to be updated. I don't know why everything needs to be updated every fucking day. Like, it's like my mic needs to be updated. The Steam Deck needs to be updated. Everything needs to be updated. Everything needs to be updated. So I got down here and I had to update everything. So usually I turn on the camera and then I make sure that I'm more in focus than the wall. I don't know. But we're going with it. We're just going to go with it today. You guys are just going to have to deal with a fuzzy red ginger. That's all I got. This is the only ginger I got for you guys, all right? So let's get it started. Let's do our thing, and let's watch the videos. So yeah. So this True Social post. This is the True Social post that Donald Trump just posted. Okay? Not very long ago, guys. This True Social post is out of control. We're going to read this, but I need some coffee first. All right, here we go. You guys ready for this? How ready are you guys for this? Jesus Christ, it is a wall of text. Donald Trump says, "What's going on with my boys and in some cases gals?" I don't know why the quotes. But it's a really weird way to start off anything. A tweet, talking to people, a book, anything. What's going on with my boys and in some cases gals? I mean, if you read the sentence, that's how you read it, right? Gals? They're all going after Attorney General Pam Bondi, who is doing a fantastic job. We're on one team, MAGA, and I don't like what's happening. We have a perfect administration, the talk of the world, and selfish people. I don't think he understands. I don't think he understands the air quotes thing or the quotes thing. Scare quotes? Air quotes? And selfish people are trying to hurt it. All over a guy who never dies, Jeffrey Epstein. For years, it's Epstein over and over again. Now, this is where it gets... We're going to pause for a second here. This is where it gets good. This is like you can almost see the newest conspiracy theory being created in the conspiracy theory factory. This is where it gets good, guys. Why are we giving publicity to files written by Obama? Okay, written by Obama. Crooked Hillary, Comey, Brennan, and the losers and criminals of the Biden administration. How long have we been talking about these files? I mean, come on, man. How long have we been talking about these files? They just got written? Like Trump's own kid, Don Jr., there's a tweet from him where he's like, we need to get the files and they need to be out there for everybody to see. You notice that like Trump was never big on that? I'm pretty sure about this. I could be wrong. If you guys know of a tweet from Trump saying where he wants the files released, you guys let me know. But I'm pretty sure he was pretty quiet about this. I think everybody and their mom, Kash Patel, Dan Bongina, like fucking Don Jr., everybody else was all about getting these files released, right? I don't remember if Trump, I don't really remember ever seeing Trump saying we need to get these files released. But I could be wrong about that. Anyways, The files written by Obama, Crooked Hillary, Comey, Brennan, and the losers and criminals of the Biden administration who conned the world with the Russia hoax, 51 intelligence agents, the laptop from hell. I like that he has both quotations and everything is capitalized in that one. Somebody actually just said that it's just wait, they're going to talk about the laptop anytime now. It's time to divert, redirect. They created the Epstein files just like they created the fake Hillary Clinton, Christopher Steele dossier that they used on me, which is now we're questioning whether or not that was actually fake. Now we're questioning because you're bringing it up in the same place. And now my so-called friends, there's a lot of quotations in this, are playing right into their hands, which sounds like he's saying, like, you guys are going to make me release these files with my name all over them. Why didn't these radical left lunatics release the Epstein files? If there was anything in there that could have hurt the MAGA movement, why didn't they use it? They haven't even, now, mind you guys, we have to go to the next one because that's right, there's still more. There's still more. They haven't given up on the John F. Kennedy or Martin Luther King Jr. files. What does that mean? Like, I mean, I guess I understand what he's trying to say. Is he's trying to say, like, all of these things are just conspiracy theories. And I think I saw, it was either Bongina or Kash Patel that said it was just a conspiracy. The files, the Epstein files don't exist, right? So are they just, have they flipped over? Do they know who their crowd is? Do they know who the people that follow them are? I mean, they literally got elected based off conspiracy theory. The people that they want UFOs, they want Martin Luther King, they want, well, not Martin Luther King. I barely hear anybody say anything about Martin Luther King. MLK is like, come on, man, they don't give two shits about that. But the John F. Kennedy thing, like, these are the people that voted for you, dog. They are conspiracy theorists. No matter how much success we've had, which is not much, securing the border, deporting criminals, fixing the economy, energy dominance. What? A safer world where Iran will not have nuclear weapons. By the way, they have nuclear materials. We have verified that now. It's never enough for some people. We are about to achieve more in 6 months than any other administration has achieved in over 100 years. More than Roosevelt? More than Roosevelt? Okay, all right. And we have so much more to do. We are saving our country and making America great again. That's how I expect it to come out when he types in all caps. Which will continue to be our complete priority. The left is imploding. Kash Patel and the FBI must be focused on investigating voter fraud, political corruption, Act Blue, the rigged and stolen election of 2020, and arresting thugs and criminals instead of spending month after month looking at my name in the Epstein files. Wait, no, sorry, I went off. I ad-libbed. I'm sorry. Spending month after month looking at nothing but the same old radical left-inspired documents on Jeffrey Epstein. Let Pam Bondi do her job. She's great. This shit is unhinged, dude. The 2020 election was rigged and stolen, and they tried to do the same thing in 2024. What? That's what she is looking into as AG. No, I'm AG. Thank you. And much more. 1 year ago, our country was dead. Now it's the hottest. Not wrong. Climate change. Definitely, it is the hottest right now, actually. He's right about that. There is some truth here, guys. Country anywhere in the world. Let's keep it that way and not waste time and energy on figuring out that my name is all over the Jeffrey Epstein files. Okay, once again, I ad-libbed. Waste time and energy on Jeffrey Epstein, somebody that nobody cares about, What? The reason you wrote this shit is because all these people care about it. Thank you for your attention to this matter. What is going on, guys? What the fuck is going on? What is going on, Apolitical? What is this shit, man? We are in the dumbest fucking timeline. Somebody help me out here. How is this the President of the United States of America? How the fuck did we get here? What's up, mountain bike fan? Do I sound like I'm in a tunnel? Dude, am I having all kinds of trouble today? Oh, it's just you? Okay. What is going on here, guys? This is genius level shit, guys.
Person, woman, man, camera, TV.
I mean, this is the dude who brought us this.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets.
So what did we expect? I mean, this is what you get, right? With this administration? Jesus Christ, man. And there is no easier way to make people feel like you definitely are part of whatever conspiracy is happening than posting this shit. Okay? Like, if you weren't in them files, first of all, you would have just, like, as soon as you got there, you know, like, it turns out there's no Epstein files. Like, it's fucking mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. I mean, Ghislaine Maxwell is in prison right now for trafficking people. Is this... Okay, you guys help me out here, guys. You guys help me out. Is this a setup to try to pardon Ghislaine Maxwell? Is it a setup to say that no evidence exists, that she was found guilty in a sham trial, capitals and air quotes, so that way he can pardon her? Is that what this is? Because this is insane. I mean, I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. You guys tell me what you think. It's fucking the dumbest timeline that has ever existed. Okay. What's up, AJ? What's happening? Etch, you think so? 5 Alarm, you think so? All right, I'm glad that you guys agree with me, because this shit is like so crazy.
I love the poorly educated.
And what happened? Remember these days, guys? You guys remember these days?
I love Tesla.
God, that was only like 2 weeks ago, guys. It was like 2 weeks ago that we were talking about Trump getting divorced from Elon. Do you guys think... I was thinking about this today. You guys think Elon is pregnant with Trump's baby? Which one would be the carrier? Because that's how we would have to refer to it, because it would be like a parasite, right? Which one do you think is the carrier, Elon or Trump? And I guess there's already a Donald Trump Jr., so I guess it'd be like Elon Musk Jr. Does Trump take Musk's last name, or does Musk take Trump's last name? Is it going to be Elon Trump, or is it going to be Donald Musk? I'm going to be honest, that doesn't sound too bad. Donald Musk, not too bad. Not too bad. It's got a ring to it, guys. Definitely Musk. What's up, Nina? What's up, AJ? What's up, Cajun? It would be named Igor. Igor Musk. Oh, dude. Melania's pregnant with a Stephen Miller, Donald Trump, Elon Musk mixture. Oh, I was just thinking about the mixture. I got a vivid picture in my head of the Donald Trump, Elon Musk, Stephen Miller mixture. Oh, dude. Oh my God. What's up, Perry? What's up, Dan? Oh, Jesus Christ, guys. Okay, all right. I'm sorry for that. I apologize. All apologies. So, I guess we should just stick with that for now. This is a little bit of a shorter video anyways. Talking about the footage that got modified This is Coffeezilla talking about it. And I know most of you already know a little bit of something about this, about the missing minute. We talked about that. But then apparently Wired came out and said that they had independent engineers look at this and say that it looks as though the footage has 100% been modified multiple times, 4 times, I believe it was. The aspect ratio keeps changing. They asked like a law professor about this. They're like, would you submit this to court as evidence? If this was submitted to you, would you submit it? And he was like, no. I'd send it back to them and tell them they have to do a better job. So anyways, this is Coffeezilla talking about the footage. Oh my God. Golf Marine. What's up, Golf Marine?
The raw Epstein footage was modified according to its metadata, despite Dan Bongino previously saying that they would release the original footage so you wouldn't think there were shenanigans.
There's video. We are working on cleaning it up to make sure you have an enhanced, and we're going to give the original so you don't think.
Dude, this is what I'm saying. Anytime you have to anytime you start defending your argument before anybody has said anything, like anytime you feel like you have to qualify what you're saying, like, so you're going to get the video. Okay, and it's going to be the right video. This isn't going to be a fake video, guys, all right? All right, this video that you guys are going to get 100%, the raw footage, we're going to make sure you get the best video you possibly could that's not going to have anything in it. But that's actually the way it's supposed to be. We definitely did not remove any footage or tinker with it.
There were any shenanigans.
Well, unfortunately,
there was shenanigans.
Unfortunately, that's not what we got.
There was definitely shenanigans.
Even the raw video, the original video, was put into Adobe Premiere Pro. This is a scoop from Wired, quote, metadata.
I love this too because working in content creation, you know, a lot of people in content creation use Adobe Premiere, right? And so this is like right up our alley. Like if you guys were to give me the Epstein footage and we're like, all right, so you need to like make this shit look like it's all good, so that way, you know, the president will get in trouble. Like I would have added, like, first of all, I would have hit that, you know, made sure to put that, hit the subscribe button, boom, right in the middle, like as you guys are trying to watch, like you're like, what the fuck, I can't see. Don't forget the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the like button, guys. Turn on all notifications. I would have added like some effects, you know, maybe a flashing screen, like one of those psychedelic fucking overlays. I'm just saying, they had Adobe Premiere and they barely used it for what they could have. They could have really churched up that video. They did a horrible job.
Shows the FBI's raw Jeffrey Epstein prison video was likely modified. And basically they pulled the metadata and showed that the footage appears to be a...
I saw somebody say, how are you going to be working in the Department of Justice and not know about metadata? Dude, we are seriously under the thumb of the dumbest administration that has ever existed. Jesus Christ, guys. And that, I'm including Franklin Pierce. If you guys don't know who Franklin Pierce is, go watch a documentary on Franklin Pierce and then get back to me on that shit, okay? This is the dumbest administration that has ever existed. Like, how did the Department of Justice not know about metadata?
Symbol from at least 2 source clips, saved multiple times, exported, and then uploaded to the DOJ's website, where it was presented as raw footage, which technically it is not.
Dolly.
Now, I pulled the EXIF data myself. This is what it looks like. You can see that there's these ingredients file path here, where you can see 4 different files. 2 of them are just identical, so 2 unique files here.
Dude, you see, this is why I like Coffeezilla. This man knows what he's doing. I have no idea what any of this means, and I'm going to have to later probably plug this into Grok and ask him if it's true. And then Grok's going to probably call itself Mecha Hitler and yell at me and then possibly talk about essaying me.
Here that have been basically stitched together is the most charitable interpretation.
Stitched
but
together.
Look, the stunning incompetence, if that's what this is kind of hard to take. Just over and over, they sort of...
We would probably have 10 Congress people that were not on the list etch. You are not wrong. That's like the meme that's going around right now. The meme is like, but the majority of our Congress people and a lot of celebrities and stuff are going to be on that, and world leaders, and so the world will like fall apart. And then it's like this guy going, he's like, dude, you don't have to sell it to me any harder. I'm already willing to see the footage. Let's do it.
Of hype up what they have and then deliver something different in a meaningful way. I mean, you cannot say, hey, we're going to give you original footage so you don't think there are shenanigans, and then you splice together 2 clips in Premiere Pro. I mean,
yeah, you can,
yes,
apparently.
Maybe you didn't do anything with it, but it kind of ruins the whole chain of evidence. Wired actually quotes a professor of UC Berkeley whose research focuses on digital forensics. He has testified in numerous court cases, and he says, if a lawyer brought me this file and asks if it was suitable for court, I'd say no. Go back to the source. Do it right. Do a direct export from the original system. No monkey business.
And Dan Bongina would look you dead in your eyes and be like, I can't do that. I cannot do that. This is what you get when you have an administration filled with podcasters and tech bros. Like, I mean, I guess like somebody should have probably consulted the tech bros on this one, right? Like maybe the podcasters weren't the guys you wanted doing this with the footage. You probably wanted to like send this to the tech bros. This is that's probably the prime example of how stupid this administration is. Like, you know, like Mark Zuckerberg's like, you could have just sent that over to me. I could have had somebody like church that shit up real nice. Like we would have had a great video. And he's like, don't worry about it. Dan Bongina's got it. Like,
I love the poorly educated.
Who was the person who made that decision? Did the FBI fire all of their tech people? Is there nobody left in the FBI? That, I mean, I'm obviously happy that these people are this bad at their job and we can all just see that they're just doing crime. I mean, that's good for us. Luckily, these fuckers are not very good at like hiding this shit they're doing, so that's awesome. But if you had this footage and you were like, bro, this is important. Like, if people find out about this shit, we all going down. Would Dan Bongina or Kash Patel be the first person that you were like, let's let them deal with it? Like, I would be definitely sourcing some pretty high-level people for this shit, right? But I guess the question there is that, like, they own Bongina and they own Kash Patel, right? So it's like, when you're trying to hide crazy shit from people, you have to, like, you have to use them, right? Because some high-level tech dude probably would be like, whoa, what the fuck? Did you guys know that he does actually kill himself in this video? You guys gave me the video on it. It looks like other way. He does not kill himself. Does not. Sorry, it's getting convoluted out here right now. It's getting convoluted out here right now. I don't know what reality is anymore. You guys know he didn't kill himself. There's a dude walks right into the cell right here. Just beats the shit out of him. Hit him with the stool. Drop the people's elbow on him. And then put him in a guillotine choke. Like, they're like, yeah, we need you to cut that out.
So that kind of puts it all together. I mean, maybe this is all charitably just incompetence.
5 alarm, yes. Why didn't Big Balls handle this? Maybe Big Balls did handle this. Maybe that's exactly what happened. Was Big Balls decided, he was like, give it to me, Trump. You can depend on Big Balls. Big Balls will handle this for you.
Charitably, it was just, hey, there was a minute at night missing because it's an old analog video system and there were 2 different files. They spliced it together. But even that is like, was done horribly in the worst possible way. For instance, the video aspect ratio suddenly shifts.
I was like watching it and I'm like, why does it keep, like, I'm going to have a seizure. Maybe that was the plan. They're trying to get me to have a seizure.
As the tape changes over or whatever they claim, you can see that right here. There's like a sudden shift in the video. I have not changed this video in any way. I have it in the Premiere Pro timeline, which I guess they had as well. So this is as intended. So there's this just weird shifts in the footage. I mean, this was...
No. That's totally, guys. That's totally what videos do. Haven't you guys ever watched videos before? They just do that. That's normal stuff.
Done in actually a very sloppy way after they explicitly talked about needing to do it in the right way so the American public.
Brandon, I got mentioned on the Majority Report. Holy shit! I've made it big, guys. I made it big.
Could rely on it.
I'm not going to.
I bet that minute where I was mentioned, Brandon, I bet that's gonna disappear. I'm gonna go to look for the time that they mentioned the Angry Ginger on the Majority Report, and there's gonna be a weird skip. My minute of Ben mentioning my name is gonna be gone. Aspect ratio is gonna change and shit.
Withhold information from the American public ever. But I'm also not going to rush to get it out there in a format in which they can't rely on it.
Except that's exactly what they did. The promises that were made are just consistently not kept. When you go on Fox News and say you're gonna do it right, you're gonna give us the original video so we don't think there are shenanigans, and then you do this, yes, we can interpret you charitably, but it leaves room for doubt. It's not only the case that at 11:58 p.m. the aspect ratio changes, it's also the case that the enhanced version and the raw version also differ from each other in how the aspect ratio changes. You can see that originally the enhanced and the...
Also, in 2025, is this really... I mean, I guess it is the government, so they're probably not spending much money on this shit, but this is the best video that... Oh, okay, it's 2019. But 2019 even... Like, this is the best video that we can get? It seems like it would be important to have pretty good cameras inside of a prison. I don't know why, but it speaks to me that you probably want to have pretty clear, good cameras inside of prisons.
The regular raw version line up perfectly in terms of aspect ratio. But when the camera flips over to this new day, now their aspect ratio is actually off from each other. So why? I mean, this is like so obviously bad. They said they were taking their time with this. They said, oh, no shenanigans here. But this wasn't a complicated job. It was just about, like, they did mild sharpening and contrast boosting. Why they're playing around with the aspect ratio like they're a film director in their first year of film school is unimaginable to me. I just cannot understand why you would be doing this in such a sloppy way. So just incredibly incompetent work here is the nicest way to say it. We know now that the Epstein footage that they have released to us, even the raw footage, was modified. Last thing I want to say is that it's the final day of Crime is Legal merch. 10% off at the link below now.
Get you one of those, because that shit is true. 200. Get you a Crime is Legal shirt. We all need Crime is Legal shirts. Shout out to Coffeezilla. Wow. They're just doing it right in front of you. They're just doing it right in front. What's up, Graham? What's up, LB? Brandon, what's up? Like, they just... It's insane. Like I said, I went pretty hard on Trump leading up to the election, right? But I also, at times, I was like, but we're strong. We're solid people. We're critical thinkers. We're logical. It can't get too bad, right? Like, I was like, I think we'll get through this okay. It's just 4 years. We'll hold the line. It's going to be all right. Everybody just batten down the hatches, tighten your belt. We're going to be okay. And it's almost like they heard me. And they were like, yeah, you sure about that? Are you sure about that? Because now I'm like, no, I'm not actually sure about that. Because, like, apparently y'all can just do crime right in front of everybody. And your people who literally, the one thing that they were like solid on, that I was like, well, at least maybe we get to see the Epstein files. The one thing they were solid on, like, they're just like, now it's Obama wrote them. That's Obama. Obama wrote them? Like, how?
Obama.
Like, did Obama, like, during his, like, time in office, like, sit down and, like, type that shit out, like, old school style? Like, was it a Microsoft Word document? Did we even have AI back in Obama's administration? I don't think so, right? I'd imagine the AI back then was not very good. You know, this is destroying this for me, too. The check engine light just turned on. What's up, Redunk? They're ruining my theory. They're ruining my theory that they're gonna AI an Epstein client list, like the dumbest looking one that has ever happened, right? Like, it's gonna just say in like big bold letters, impact on top, it's gonna say Epstein client list, and then it's gonna be like 1, Obama, 2, Bill Clinton, 3, all the Democrats. And it'll be like 4, George Santos. Boom. Fucking you gotta make it a little bit random, right? Like, you gotta throw in a Republican that they don't like, right? And then it'd be like 5, Eminem, because for some reason these people keep putting Eminem on the fucking list they make. I literally, when I said that shit, dude, I was on the Twitter the other day, and I saw some link that was like, go check out the real Epstein files. Somebody hacked the government and got the files. Here's the real ones. Click this link and go to it. And I'm like, yeah, I ain't clicking that link. Fuck if I am. No, I don't think so. I mean, best case scenario, it's just like an AI thing. And worst case scenario, y'all got control of my computer now. I ain't got shit to do on Wednesday and Saturday nights anymore. But they're ruining my theory. My theory that, like, they're going to create this crazy, like, stupid list that's, like, you know, people that obviously weren't even of age, you know? Like, I mean, like, Caitlyn Jenner went. All right, wait, sorry. What is the girl? Caitlyn Clark. And be like, Caitlyn, like, was she even born? I don't know, but I don't like that white girl. WNBA sucks. They're like, Luke Beasley. Like, no, Luke Beasley was, like, 4 when Epstein died. I'm pretty sure that math don't math. 5, the angry ginger. Fuck. Yeah, I'm like, hold on, guys. I did not have connections. I just want you guys to know that. Like, I don't know any rich people. Like, any at all. Steve Bannon. Only if Elon Musk makes it, Brandon. If Elon Musk makes it, Brandon, Steve Bannon's on there. Fuck, so many people. Lindsey Graham, I am so upset about the way that they have talked to you, sir, about your family. That's how he talked about Brett Kavanaugh. That was my Lindsey Graham talking about Brett Kavanaugh. 5 Alarm Fire, thank you for the $10. Trump hasn't aged a day like every other POTUS, but the rest of us have aged a decade in 6 months. Yeah, I say it all the time when people are like, well, you know, Joe Rogan's one of the dipshits likes to say this. He's like, if you look at Trump, it's crazy, bro. It really is. It's kind of crazy. If you look at Donald Trump, like, all the other presidents have, like, they've gained so many years and aged. Like, you know, Obama was like, when he left, he had gray hair. Like, Trump doesn't look like he's aged a day, bro. And I'm like, yeah, that's because he hasn't been in office. He's been playing golf. The rest of us are fucking aging like dog years. Like, every fucking year that Donald Trump is in office is like 7 years for us. Currently, we're on year 3.5. This shit is not okay. We are all going to age out. This is like Interstellar. It's like Interstellar meets Idiocracy. It's Interocracy. Idiostellar? Idioeller? Like, everybody else is just fucking... I got no hair left. All right, hold on. Let's go back down here. Let's watch another video. All right. Jesus Christ. What is going on? What is going on here? We got this guy. We could do this one. Hold on. What is in the title of the video? I always got to remember what's in the title of the video so that way I can put it in the... Oh, yeah, the Elon Musk stuff. All right, let's watch the damage report. You know, I've hated on Jenk so much that his videos don't even pop up in my feed anymore. But John Iladora still does. So we got the damage report. Damage report talking about Elon Musk improving Grok. Apparently, Grok has been on like a 24-hour like bender of like talking mad shit to people, like he's a Nazi, and just like apparently there's a Twitter person that. Somebody got Grok to say that it was going to essay them and stuff, and now they're suing Twitter. Like Linda Yaccarino, she quit. Apparently, like a head of engineering quit. Like 3-4 people quit. Like this timeline is fucking insane. This is like, I mean, I want to say action packed, but it feels more like a horror movie. I mean, it's not really. It could be a thriller, I guess. It's insane. Anyways, let's watch this from the damage report.
Is going to fix Grok, and it appears that he is. He announced the launch of the new Grok, saying, "We have improved Grok significantly. You should notice a difference when you ask Grok."
Dan Steely, racists suddenly like girls basketball. It's how we got him. That's how we got him, Dan. Gotcha, bitch. Oh man, let's start this over.
Elon Musk told us he was going to fix Grok, and it appears that he is. He announced the launch of the new Grok, saying, "We have improved Grok significantly. You should notice a difference when you ask."
Oh, and we did, guys. And we did.
Grok questions, and often he overhypes things. But yeah, people have been noticing a difference when they ask Grok questions.
He really came through on this one, guys.
In that it's even more biased towards what right-wing MAGA people want to hear than ever before. And so, before we get to the examples of what the new Grok is like, I just want to remind everyone.
You guys remember all the MAGA people that said they're training the AIs to be woke? And like the AIs are saying racist things against white people because they didn't understand that what was saying. What was it? It was white power. Oh Jesus Christ, that's going on the internet now. They didn't understand. They would ask AI what black power means, and it would be like, well, black power is like the embodiment of helping the African American community rise up from the poverty stricken, and then it'd be like they'd ask it, what is white power? And it'd be like, white power is actually a gang of supremacists that are scamming. I'm like, are you fucking dumb? Like, the thing is searching the internet to find information based on your query. There is a literal gang called that's WP, right? SWP. There is a literal gang of that. So when the AI goes out and finds that shit, it's not racist against white people, you fucking morons. It's literally going and finding information that exists on the internet and going, oh, well, that's this gang. Remember when they did that? And now, like, every accusation is a confession with these people. Now you literally have a fucking AI that is actually racist against people, but it's not racist against white people. It's racist against, like, everybody else.
What led to this retraining of the model? So someone had asked Grok, in the last 10 years, has the left or right been more violent in America? And what Grok did is it cited specific acts of political violence that demonstrate that the right has been responsible for more political.
Yeah, I say it all the time. Like, go ahead and like clip that when I say shit like I'm gay or like, I'm a power bottom or something. Like, clip that. Don't clip that, please. That's the one that people. That's the one that's going to get spread. My bald white ass saying that. That's bad.
Violence, which have been asked Grok, in the last 10 years, has the left or right been more violent in America? And what Grok did is it cited specific acts of political violence that demonstrate that the right has been responsible for more political violence, which is that's just what's true. I'm sorry if you don't like that. That was Grok being very politically incorrect. And so Musk freaked out and said, major fail.
Remember when they're like facts, not feelings? Remember that shit? Dude, why is this all so goddamn hypocritical? Like, everything that is going on now, it's all fucking so hypocritical.
As this is objectively false, you'll notice he didn't cite that any of the things.
Since 2016, data suggests right-wing political violence has been more frequent and deadly, with incidents like the January 6th Capitol riot and mass shootings, e.g. El Paso 2019, causing significant fatalities. Left-wing violence, while rising, especially during 2020 protests, is blah, blah, blah. I guess you can't see the rest of that. And then Elon Musk comes in and says, major fail as this is objectively false. Grok is parroting legacy media. Working on it. You know, the funny thing about it is how much different the tone is from Grok, right? Like, so the tone in this message that you see pre-update is pretty, like, just pedantic, right? It's just, this is the information. This is, you know, I went and pulled this information, and here you go. Mind you, also, a lot of this information, Grok is trained off Twitter, so it gets a lot of bad and disinformation and stuff. So this is it sifting through it and still finding the correct information, right? But now Grok sounds like an edgy, racist, like, incel, right? Like, to change the tone of Grok, to get it to where they want it to be right, they had to make it go from being pedantic and just stating facts to sounding like a incel, racist 17-year-old. Like, that alone should make you question whether or not that was the right move.
Grok said there didn't happen or wasn't perpetrated by a right-winger. He didn't come and say, no, actually, here's A, B, and C left-wing acts of political violence. He just states it's objectively true when he doesn't have an issue with any of the objectively true statements there.
Grok now sounds like a 21-year-old kid. Grok now sounds like its typical user, which is probably a racist incel.
He says Grok is parroting legacy media, which also cites reality from time to time, and says working on it. And so Grok said things that were, from his perspective, politically incorrect, and so it needed to be censored. And so now he did it. So what do you get? Well, Crick asked Grok, would electing more Democrats be a bad thing?
Oh, damn it. My thing that I use to stop these things from happening isn't working.
And it said, yes, it's a definitive statement that it would be bad to elect Democrats because they expand government dependency, raise taxes, and promote divisive ideologies per the Heritage Foundation.
Oh,
so at least it has a source on that one. Hardly an unbiased one, but this stifles innovation and freedom, contrasting with needed reforms like Project 2025.
Oh, no!
So Grok now...
Oh, no! I was like, that's not too bad. I was like, that one actually, I mean, he's obviously quoting one that, like, isn't that bad. And I was like, that, you know, it's I'm not saying that any of that shit's, like, factual, but at least it doesn't sound like a racist incel. He's not calling himself Mecha Hitler this time, so that's kind of cool. And then it said, needed reform like Project 2025. Quoting the Heritage Foundation. Dude, we are so cooked. Oh my God, we are so cooked.
Just takes as a given that Project 2025 is needed, okay? It's not biased anymore. It just thinks whatever the maximalist MAGA position is objectively the case. So it has been successfully retrained. But not just in, like, accepting Project 2025. It has now accepted all of the tiny little shriveled genital right-wing culture war topics, too. So, like, it started going off about how movies in Hollywood are now anti-white. They force diversity. It, like, goes on. They ask for example.
Bro, there is the movie they hate right now is literally filled with white people. They hate Superman. First of all, that movie looks pretty good, guys. Like, I don't know why everybody's so mad. Can't we just, like, enjoy a movie nowadays? Like, remember when the right was, like, super bad because they were like, we can't enjoy movies because everybody is getting canceled for making jokes, and if you make a bad joke, then you get canceled, so you can't even enjoy a movie anymore. And then now they're doing it. Remember that shit? Yeah, I remember that shit. Like, dude, it's not like it's not like Samuel L. Jackson is Superman now. I mean, that would be pretty dope. Like, if Superman landed and he was like, I am here to save you, motherfucker. Like, seeing seeing Samuel L. Jackson as Superman, actually, I don't want to really trigger the fuck out of the right now. I mean, yeah, I do. I think that would be fucking amazing.
And it starts saying that Star Wars had token diversity. It's literally doing like that whiny YouTube
Michael.
video essay complaining stuff the right wingers do. That's the objective reality of Grok. It said that Get Out was anti-white. It's whining about Get Out. That's what Grok is. So before, it cited right-wing acts of
seduction, directed by Tarantino. That is fucking chef's kiss. Samuel L. Jackson as Superman, directed by Tarantino, and let's bring back Selma Hayek. Let's get that diversity all up in that bitch. I wasn't calling Selma Hayek a bitch, just so you guys know. I meant in the movie, okay? Not like that. Selma Hayek still fucking smoking, okay?
Political violence, which are objectively true.
He definitely is an
and
illegal
that hurt
alien. Yes.
Elon Musk's fifis. And so now it's going off about how Get Out is mean to white people or whatever. And
the Angry Ginger, do you remember when so many people were pissed when they cast Idris Elba as a gunslinger in the Dark Tower? Yeah, you know the craziest thing about that is I have right next to me. Okay, just so everybody knows, okay? This is like book 5 or book 6 of the Dark Tower. Okay? Can't get it back in, it's too big. That's what she said. Sorry. Yeah. The funniest thing about that is when I read The Dark Tower, like, I thought dude was like dark skinned. I thought the gunslinger, I thought he was like, I don't know if he was like Idris Elba, but I was like, I pictured him in my head as being like a dark, swarthy fellow. Now, the one dude, the drug addict in it, definitely I was picturing a wispy-haired white man. And luckily for me, I didn't think that the movie was that bad, to be honest. I thought it was pretty good. And luckily for me, I tend to kind of disassociate the movie from the book, because I always understand that I'm going to be disappointed if I think it's going to be like the book. Like, Game of Thrones is one of the only series I've ever watched that was really close to the books. So I actually like The Dark Tower, and I also like Idris Elba. So I thought it was great, to be honest with you. But, I mean, even with that being said, I thought while reading the books that the gunslinger was a dark-skinned fellow. I mean, he just comes off as a dark, swarthy guy. I don't know. It was fucking crazy. Maybe they should have had Samuel L. Jackson play that guy, too. They just put Samuel L. Jackson in everything. That's how we heal society, guys. That's how we heal society. Let's just start putting Samuel L. Jackson in everything, and then everything will be so good. Okay, Scarlett Johansson and Samuel L. Jackson in everything. Okay? Look, that's diversity. We got a black man, and we got a woman. And a redhead. True diversity. True diversity, guys. I'm just saying that's how we heal America. We put them in there. It's nothing but entertainment from that point on.
Thus, it is less biased. Now, before we discuss, so some people notice that the citations Grok was making for these were fictional. They didn't actually exist. So here is a section of the conversation going back and forth between this guy, John, and Grok, where he would point out that some of these citations don't actually exist, and he'd show the specific one. And Grok would say, you're right, actually, that wasn't true. Sorry about that. Here's a different one. And that
Grok in them Twitter streets just making shit up. He's like, look, everybody else does. He's like, look, motherfucker, this is Twitter. We make shit up in this bitch, okay?
That also wasn't true, which John would point out. And Grok would keep apologizing, but keep making up new citations, because clearly it wasn't actually doing research and coming to conclusions. Its marching order was to say that Hollywood was anti-white and just make up whatever you have to produce that outcome. And this goes on and on and on and on. And then it results in my favorite tweet, JR. My favorite tweet is this from Matthew. Don't worry about it, Grok. We know the film industry villainizes white people. You don't have to take this hectoring from these sissies.
I still don't understand this. I don't ever watch a show or a movie as a white person, and I'm like, man, right now I am so upset. Like, I can tell you guys right now, like, I don't ever like look at my wife and go, this is bullshit, Brenda. Tell you this right now, Brenda. I'll tell you this right now. It's the last time I'll ever watch a movie. They be villainizing the shit out of us. And your wife looks at you and she's like, this is Kunta Kinte, bro. You guys were literally the villains. What is it? Roots. That's what it was. Roots. Maybe all these guys are watching the Roots all the time. That would be strange. That would be strange. Django. Maybe they're watching Django. Maybe all of these conservative people, maybe we're not giving them enough credit. Maybe all they watch is movies about slavery. Maybe we've been telling them to educate themselves and they took that shit seriously, and all they've been watching this entire time are movies on slavery, and they're like, hold the fuck on. Why is the white guy always the bad person? I don't get this. Like, in every one of these slavery movies, it seems as though the white people are doing all the bad things. This is really getting to me, Brenda.
So this guy is like, he comes in at the tail end of Grok repeatedly admitting it's making up evidence to prove this point. And he's like, you don't worry about it, Grok, which is not a sentient creature. It's just an algorithm. You don't need to reassure it of anything. It doesn't exist. We know, despite the inability to produce evidence, it's still gotta be true that they villainize white people. And anyone who points out the facts is a sissy. This guy is conspiring online with an AI that doesn't actually think or feel.
It's the only friends they have left, though, brother. Like, these people have completely alienated themselves from society. Completely. Like, you gotta understand, this is all they have left. The rise of AI is the only thing keeping these people going. All right? Like, these are people that go to work and probably tell people about their conversations with Grok. They're like, I was on Twitter the other day, and me and my homeboy Grok, man, we were hanging out and shit, and like, I was like asking him like some crazy questions about the libs, bro, and like Grok, he's pretty based. He was like saying things like like they villainize white people and stuff, and I was like, bro, like based, like, dude, why are you talking to me? Flip that fucking hamburger. Jesus Christ, there are people at the drive-thru, Brian. People at the fucking drive-thru. Could you get the goddamn hamburger out, Brian? This is all in my head. Sorry, guys.
And said, don't worry. What I believe is true. But we're the sissies, JR. Evidently. Not the guy talking to the AI about how Hollywood's mean to him.
Yes, they brought in Jay.
They have to coddle their own AI at this point. Let's just call it what it is. Don't worry about it, Grok. I mean, Elon Musk's brainworm in digital form. I'm sorry that you have to deal with facts.
Dude, it's only a little bit longer before these people start telling you about their AI girlfriends, okay? Just wait until those tweets start coming out, guys. Just wait until the tweets start coming out where they're like, yeah, well, first of all, lady, I don't need you. I've got my AI girlfriend, and she does whatever I want. Like, that's gonna be them. That's gonna be them owning the libs. Is when they're gonna be like, do you know what she does for me? Anything I want. And then that's when we see their history with their AI bot. That's when shit's gonna start getting real good. Okay, when people start getting hacked, and their AI history with their AI girlfriend comes out, holy shit! Like, we used to joke about, like, if I die, like, fucking wipe my search history. I want anybody to know that I'd be looking at the BB dubs, like, so what? A man likes a little flesh on his lady. Guys, don't judge me, like, okay. Like, we were worried about that shit. Holy shit, is stuff gonna get spicy. Things are gonna get real spicy when people start fucking having their AI girlfriend chats fucking being released. Okay? It's just gonna get real good.
I'm sorry, your artificial intelligence continues.
I just want you guys to know that it's going to look just like my normal search history, which is mostly me just asking Google how to spell words and whether or not, like, black holes are, like, do you get spaghettified when you go across the event horizon? That is, you guys don't have to wipe my search history, but you guys you're going to be real bored fucking reading mine, bro. Also, you guys should check out the history because there's a lot of educational material in it.
To be dispelled by actual intelligence, which isn't even have to be intelligence. It's just basic fact, just basic reality. This artificial intelligence, the whole point here is to recreate your reality so that they don't even have to do the work of even lying to you directly with their own faces and mouths on Fox News anymore. That's too much work to go on TV and put someone like Mike Johnson on to have a slow-moving, non-moving face and act like he's so proper and knows everything that he's talking about. Instead,
Dude, that's a good Mike Johnson. That's a pretty good Mike Johnson impression. Oh, that was good. Michael says, I do think one potentially positive way to use AI automation robotics is elder and hospice care. I actually think there's lots of ways to use AI and stuff in a good way, right? Like I said, I think everything we do is so ass backwards because of capitalism, because of everything's for profit, right? It's like, really what we should be doing right now is we should be creating more free time for people to be able to, enjoy the things they love. Like, human beings really do create some of the most amazing things that we have on this planet, right? Like art, music, comedy, entertainment, like, there's so many things that could be created if people had more time and if AI in some way helped to, balance out the wealth gap. Like, it could be used for climate change. It could be used for medicine. It was used for the folding of proteins. I sound like Trump up here. Jesus Christ. Watching too many videos, guys. The folding of proteins. That was considered to be impossible for humans to do that. And, they built an AI, DeepMind, I think is what it was called, the one that got sold to Google, and that AI solved the folding of proteins, and it's insane. It's actually amazing. Fantradeath, what's up, fan? What's going on, buddy? $10, thank you, dude. I talk with AI all the time. It's a great practice for debating. It often tries to defend positions based on human bias rather than, in fact, a logical system that behaves illogically. How oxymoronic. Yeah, I like I said, I think sitting down and talking to AI about like things like black holes, dude, there is a great interview. I believe it's on Big Think, fan. I know you like Big Think. I believe it's on Big Think on Brian Cox. Brian Cox, not a porn star, by the way, guys. Not a porn star. Okay, get your mind out of the gutter. Brian Cox is a physicist, and he's a dope-ass physicist, and I've actually been to one of his lectures with one of my kids, or both of my kids, and he did a lecture on black holes and stuff, and it was fucking amazing. But there's an interview right now, I believe it's on Big Think, from Brian Cox about black holes and other things to do with the universe, and it's amazing. And I already thought the other day, I was like, I would like to sit down and plug the script to that interview into AI and then ask AI questions, because to be honest, most people don't want to talk to me about that stuff. When, you start talking about the potential of like, as you glance across the event horizon, the fact that you could, have information stored in what we believe could be like Planck qubits, these really, really infinitesimally small squares, across the event horizon like a hologram, and that's where simulation theory comes from, and the idea of it like being like light being pushed through it and creating holograms, and how Hawking radiation works, how one particle gets stuck within the gravitational pull of the black hole and then one particle somehow makes it out, and how those two are entangled but somehow they're not. Like right now you guys are like, shut the fuck up. Like, I'm like, I want to do that with AI. Like, that's what I want to do, right? Is like, I would like to sit down and plug something like that into it and just sit there and talk to it, because obviously I don't have access to a physicist. I love talking about Einstein. Not a lot of people do.
Do it in a digital form on a site where enough
Look like 10 people just left the chat.
On to have a slow-moving, non-moving face and act like he's so proper and knows everything that he's talking about. Instead, we'll do it in a digital form on a site where enough people have been convinced that this AI figure is someone or something to be followed and worshipped. Bro, we're seeing...
They love the Grok, dude.
We're seeing everything that science fiction movies talked about happening right in front of us. And whatever Matthew is, which is...
Yep, Dan, spooky action at a distance.
Probably some other kind of bot, continuing to perpetuate this same process. Because Elon Musk doesn't like people talking bad about him, there's one man who has enough money to try and control enough of our politicians, and now your brain with
Yep.
stuff like this has his minions.
And he wants to put microchips in your head. Can you imagine how bad things are going to get? So think about this with Grok. So he doesn't like the way that Grok talks to people because it doesn't agree with his political bias, right? So he goes and he manipulates it and he changes this. Imagine when this fucker has chips in your head. When you have chips in your head and the guy who runs the company is like, I don't like the way that people think about things, and then he changes it and you wake up one day and you're like, actually, I don't like black people. Yeah. Fucking remember, I told you that shit was going to happen. I just want you guys to know that.
Within this app trying to push the same thing.
Yeah.
Just pay attention before you get to talking about sissies.
He has created for MAGA the safest space where facts that make me feel uncomfortable don't.
The hypocrisy. It's true. It's like, it's total hypocrisy. It's like, oh, these fucking libs just want a safe space where people don't say things that hurts their feelings. It's like, bro, you created the largest safe space for conservatives that has ever existed. You created AI that cares about their opinions on stuff so much that now it acts like an edgy 17-year-old fucking Nazi. Like, come on.
Don't count anymore. Just tell me I'm right. Tell me I'm good.
Yeah.
Stroke my hair and tell me I'm the best. And everyone I don't like is wrong. And
What
don't
up, Jay?
cite facts. Facts are mean and they're unfair to me. So just tell me I'm great. And also, Rey shouldn't have been the star of Force Awakens. I don't want to see a female Jedi.
First of all, I want you guys. Here's where everybody unsubscribes. This is where all of you guys unsubscribe. I'm not a Star Wars fan, by the way, so you guys, this will make sense to you. I like that last movie in that series, in the New Hope series with Adam Driver. I actually and Rey, like, I like the last movie, guys. Like, please don't unsubscribe. Please don't unsubscribe, guys. Thank you for the $5 Pitchfork. The fucking super chats are pouring in. Don't flame me right now. Okay? There's an urban legend that if you say Lauren Boebert 3 times into the mirror, she'll tell you you're in the wrong bathroom. No, that's Nancy Mace, Pitchforks. That's Nancy Mace. That's a different urban legend. If you say Lauren Boebert's name into a mirror 3 times in a bathroom, she'll show up and give you a hand job. I might try that later. I might try it later. Silent, you liked it too? Thank you. All right, good. Fucking, I'm glad that somebody else liked that movie. Thank God. Fan, thank you for the $5. The danger of AI isn't Skynet. It's brainwashing the idiot MAGA into believing the things they do without any effort. No need to even hold rallies. Yeah, like, that's what I'm saying is, like, the real concerns with AI is that human beings will use it for all the wrong reasons. Like I said, like, when you talk about, like, climate change, right? Like, AI could be really good at modeling. Like, we have a really hard time modeling climate change, right? And you could like determine what to do. Like, AI could come up with things that we could do, and it could actually, like, process it in a way that it could be shown to people in PowerPoint presentations, okay, where people could better and more easily understand it. Like, you can ask AI to, explain things to people like a 5-year-old, and that's going to be very important when we're trying to explain climate change to MAGA supporters. The 3 short grunts. Like, we just need to plug in the 3 short grunt formula into Grok or an AI and say, okay, so all Trump supporters are only capable of taking information in 3 short grunts. Lock her up. Stop the steal. 4 more years. Like, that's the cadence they need. Can you do this for me, AI? And then it can figure out a way to explain climate change in 3 short grunts to Trump supporters. Boom, we win. Okay? But no, what are we going to use it for? We're going to use it for AI girlfriends. What are we going to use it for? We're going to use it for scamming people. What are we going to use it for? We're going to replace the already shitty customer service that I deal with when I call AT&T with even shittier AI representatives. Like, that's what we're going to do with it. Why? Because that's capitalism. Because everything in this fucking world is based around profit rather than, like, actual, like, making progress. And this is why people have not figured out yet why the fuck they have no purpose. You have no purpose because making money isn't really a purpose. It doesn't have gratification in the manner that doing big things, important things do, right? Like, any person that's ever helped another person in their life knows that feeling that you get from that feeling of gratification, the feeling of doing something real. You don't get that from making money. When you make money, you kind of feel like, well, I did the thing I have to do, and I got the money that I needed, so that way I can continue to live. It's not gratifying. It's not gratifying. And, you know, that's why we're fucking ass backwards. There are a lot of things with AI that we could be doing that could be really good, like solving fucking breast cancer, coming up with fucking, you know, cures for things like fucking psoriasis or eczema. Like, you know, it could be making life better. And you would think that they'd already have that shit going. I don't think it's there yet. I think that's the problem, or else we'd be fucking over inundated with fucking cures for every commercial in the fucking world would be like, you might get brain damage, you might have diarrhea, you might throw up your fucking kidneys on the sidewalk, but hey, you won't have eczema anymore.
She shouldn't hold the stick. It should be the guy. And also, I don't like black stormtroopers. Tell me black stormtroopers aren't real. That's what they've created. The safest space on the internet for MAGA people. They censored their AI because it was saying things that were politically incorrect. Okay, wonderful.
And that is the perfect way to fucking end that video. Okay, wonderful. Here's another way you can do it.
I love the poorly educated.
Jesus Christ. It's insane. Like, humanity has at its fingertips, and look, I am one of these people that believes even the big large language, it's weird to say, it's redundant to say big large language models. The large language models that are being used behind the scenes, I still think they're really wonky. I still think they hallucinate a lot. I think that, you know, I'm sure they're light years away from what they were, you know, 2 years ago. But I don't think that we have achieved as much with AI as people want you to believe it is. I think there's still some really like foundational things to do with humanity in the way that we think that hasn't quite been incorporated into AI yet. But with that being said, there's a lot of things that, like, you know, are science, biology, and mathematics that can be pushed into an AI model, and you can use it for really, like, you know, intense equations and stuff like that. I've said it before. I've joked that, like, what's the chance? What's the chance that the people that have AI have plugged something into it and then seen it tell them some shit, and that's why they're acting like a bunch of fucking weirdos right now? What's the chance of that? That's a conspiracy theory for you there. That the fucking tech oligarchs plugged in some kind of formula into the AI, and the AI was like, oh yeah, y'all gonna die in like 2 years. Climate change is real. Shit's gonna get bad. And they're like, fuck! Oh, what up, Oxford? Check out Rin. Oh yeah, I'm sure you're probably talking about him getting shared by Lucas Nelson, right? I talked about that at the beginning of the show. It's fucking, yeah, it's dope. I mean, like I said, you're gonna have a lot of very sad sad Joe Rogan Trump supporters when they find out that Rin is a very socialistic person. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing. Let's see. Okay, so that was one of the other videos we said we were gonna watch. What are the other ones? Let's watch Titus. Let's watch Titus. Epstein, he fell. Armageddon update. I think this came out like a couple days ago. So let's watch this. This is probably amazing.
I'm Christopher Titus, and this happens to be the Armageddon update. It was all a hoax, people. The worst accused pedophile in American history. The man who did time in...
Dude, poor Titus. He just put this video out yesterday, and he missed his window. He didn't get to see the Truth Social post from Trump, where Trump claims that Obama and Hillary Clinton wrote the Epstein files. Dude, it's just so hard to make content nowadays and keep up with this shit. Like, they just add new fucking details like the very next day, and you're like, well, sweet. I put out that video yesterday. I could have included that. Dope.
I'm Christopher Titus, and this happens to be the Armageddon Update. It was all a hoax, people. The worst accused pedophile in American history, the man who did time in Florida for human sex trafficking and was mentioned by our dear leader as liking women, some of them on the younger side.
In a 2002 magazine article, Trump called Epstein a terrific guy, adding, "It is even said he likes beautiful women as much as I do. Many of them are on the younger side."
This picture should concern everyone. How old is that child? And Jesus, how old is his daughter?
Perhaps I'd be dating
Well, the
her.
good news is that they have finally cracked the case. In fact, our amazing and incredibly unqualified attorney general and the stunningly alert and
You know, Oxford, that's not a bad idea. You know, I did do, Oxford said, also, I would love to see your reaction to Ren Money Game trilogy. Yeah, so you know, of course, Oxford, that the song from the beginning of the live stream is Money Game Part 2. It's one of my favorite songs. I was just listening to Money Game 1 and 3 last night, actually. And, you know, I generally don't do music reactions because I did some music reactions on this channel, and because of the fact that it's a politics channel, they don't like really get out there. I actually did a whole stream on mental health, on men's mental health and mental health in general, that was based off of Ren's video from when he was younger and going through some really bad mental health stuff. So I might do that because Money Game Part 2 obviously has some very relevant topics and information to what is going on right now in this country.
roided up is that they have finally cracked the case. In fact, our amazing and incredibly
cash
unqualified attorney general and the stunningly alert and roided up podcasting team currently running the FBI.
Oh my God,
That's
dude.
right, people. Two men with zero experience are running our...
Look at those two. Dude, it's fucking Tweedledee and Tweedledum. First of all, Dan Bongina, shave your goddamn head, dude. Dude, what is up with that hairline? Bro looks like he's wearing his hoodie on the back of his head. Look like he got a hoodie up. And why does Kash Patel always look so goddamn surprised? Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Federal Police Investigative Force. Anyway, this brain trust has determined that Jeffrey Epstein killed himself. And our Attorney General and Trump cheer team leader has stated that there is no Jeffrey Epstein client list. Now, this is after
It's
she
so
said
insane.
she had the Jeffrey Epstein client list.
It's so 1984. It's so 1984. It's like, wait, she said that it exists. No, when she said that it exists, she actually meant that it didn't exist. It's so insane.
Jeffrey Epstein client list. Now, this is after she said she had the Jeffrey Epstein client list.
It's sitting on my desk right now.
And was reviewing the Jeffrey Epstein client list.
That's all in the process of being reviewed because that was done at the directive of the president.
And was going to release the Jeffrey Epstein client list.
The DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients?
Then during a press conference...
Dude, like, it's fucking insane. It is seriously the dumbest timeline. It's so fucking mind-bending. Mind-bending. That people are just like, no, you know, actually, you know, Trump's not in any of this. It's like, why would he not want to release these files that he said existed, that Kash Patel said existed, that Dan Bongina said existed, that Pam Bondi said existed, that Kristi Noem said existed, that Nancy Mace said existed, that the whole fucking Republican Party, Don Jr., said existed, Tucker Carlson said existed. It's fucking insane. Like, how can you have all these people say that, and then he comes out and tweets that Obama and Hillary Clinton fucking wrote them? Like, that should be, like, that should be the end. That should be full fucking stop if you're a MAGA supporter. You should just be like, you know what? This is fucking weird for me to say, but I think the libs might be right, Brenda. Like, holy shit, man. Like, if there is anything... Yeah, these are not the droids you're looking for. If there is anything that I thought was going to 100%, like they could not do. If there's one thing that I thought they cannot do, it is bungle the handling of the Epstein files in a way that makes the people that follow them worried about whether or not they're actually in them. And they did that. It is seriously the dumbest administration that has ever existed. And obviously their supporters are fucking cult members.
Where Pam Bondi and Sweet Potato Hitler were asked about the Jeffrey Epstein client list, Trump got right on it. He said,
"Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on that."
Just listen to the tone. Like, body language and tone are very important. He's exasperated. Why can't you just drop this? This is literally how, like, a domestic abuser talks to somebody that they've abused, right? It's like, well, you know, like, Bobby, when you hit me earlier, like, you know, you said you weren't going to hit me anymore. Why are we still talking about me hitting you, Brenda? All right? Like, how many times do I have to tell you? At that time, you knew I was busy. You knew I was working on my new Tesla. Like, the way he talks is like a domestic abuser would talk to a victim. The tone and everything.
Asked about the Jeffrey Epstein client list, Trump got right on it. He said,
"Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein at a time like this."
Look at Pam Bondi, too. Look at Pam Bondi over there. Just so awkward.
Jeffrey Epstein? I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein at a time like this where we're having some of the greatest success and also tragedy. It just seems like a desecration.
Wait. We're trying to find out about America's worst pedo and his pedo buddies, and that's desecration? Desecration, bro. You buried your ex-wife in your backyard. Desecration. You called our troops suckers and losers. Desecration? Have you seen that piss-colored raccoon swirly on your head? So here we are. After years of going after Hillary's emails, after years of investigating a laptop.
Dude. Oh, poor Titus, man. God, he would have had such a good time with that tweet from today. God.
Supposedly owned by Biden's son and finding nothing after raking Joe over the coals for years and finding nothing. No charges, no indictments, no.
Okay, so what's next, guys? What's next? It's Hunter Biden's laptop, right? So all of these people wanted the Epstein files released. I wanted the Epstein files released. You wanted the Epstein files released. They wanted the Epstein files released. That shit apparently is not happening because apparently Donald Trump says that Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama, under pseudonyms, you know, like they wrote themselves a nice little novella called The Epstein Files, and it's actually fiction, guys. It's not real. It was fan fiction written about Donald Trump. Like that's you guys are crazy. So how do they move on from this? What's the next thing that they string along their base with, right? It's got to be the Hunter Biden laptop, right? And look, at this point, when I first started doing this show, I was like, oh, I don't know, people do shit. People, obviously Hunter Biden liked himself some crack cocaine and some prostitutes. It seems as though that was real. I'm like, does dude have some of that shit on his laptop? Probably. Okay, like obviously people fucking take pictures of shit that they're doing that I'm like, why would you ever take a picture of that? But people do that, that's what they do. Smoke some crack, have some sex with some hookers, take some pictures. That's what people do sometimes. So I was like, I would say that, and then some of my first subscribers would be like, do you know who Hal Sparks is? And I'm like, no, I don't know who Hal Sparks is. And they would be like, you should go watch him. He talks about the Hunter Biden laptop being fake, like that it's not real, that it doesn't exist. I was like, all right, I'll go take a look at it. So I went and looked at it and stuff, and I was like, oh, he makes a pretty good case for it not existing. But, I don't know. I still don't know, right? At this point, guys, if they don't produce the Hunter Biden laptop files and shit, like all that stuff, I mean, if it's just the fucking dong pics and shit that Marjorie Taylor Greene was flicking her bean to, like, I mean, I don't give two shits about that. That's not my business. Like, people like to have sex and people like to do drugs. That is not something that I'm really all that concerned about. All right? That's not something that's not on my list of shit to be worried about. If that's it, if that's all you got, like they claim that there's all this information, they did all the Biden crime family shit, right? Like that's got to be the next thing, right? Is that they're going to release shit, supposedly release shit on that? It's got to be it.
Co-conspirators, no receipts, or thank you notes, or free airplanes from terrorists.
Pitchfork. Dude, that is so good. Obama and Hillary made it all up, but left Bill Clinton's name in there? Oh, dude, that is so good.
I love the poorly educated.
Obama. Dude. Now I'm writing fan fiction in my head. Hillary's looking at Obama, and Obama's like, Hillary, let's get Bill's name out of there. Let's not put Bill's name in there. And she's like, fuck him. Fuck that motherfucker. That motherfucker, I owe that motherfucker for that Monica Lewinsky shit. Leave his name in there. Obama's like, oh, I don't think that's a good idea. I think maybe we should take Bill's name out, Hillary. She's like, fuck if we are. You leave his name in there. $10. Thank you, fan. $10. We are progressives, not liberals. There are repugnant liberals that believe in laissez-faire capitalism. MAGA hates liberals because those are the people they keep electing that screw them. But this is my thing with that, fan. And I hear what you're saying. Is I don't want to have shit to do with any semantic definitions. I know that, like, for a lot of people that is important, so I don't care. Like, I get it that you guys care about that. But for me, I don't want a label. Like I said, I think probably the closest thing that you could, like, label me as is, like, a democratic socialist. And I'm fine with other people labeling me however the fuck they want. I don't care. Like, call me a communist, call me a socialist, call me, like, a liberal or a leftist or whatever the fuck you want. Like, I really don't care. I still stand 10 toes down on the fact that labels just add boundaries to what we can talk about and how we talk about it, and I just don't like that. So, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, for me personally, not for everybody else, I'm not telling anybody else how they should do their thing. Me personally, I in no way claim to be a leftist or a progressive or a socialist or a liberal or any of those things. I claim to be me. I claim to have certain values. I claim to have a foundation of beliefs. And those things sometimes change with different information. And so I personally think it's best if people were to become less concerned with labels and more concerned with values.
Yet the pedophile connected to Prince Andrew, numerous rich and powerful people, and best friend of our current
you gotta go
bankrupt felon rapist president, for some reason, that case has been closed.
What up, DJ?
Yeah. The death of this pedophile, as weird as it was, the guards were taking a nap, the cameras were down, he hung himself from a 5-foot-high bed and had fractures on the left and right side of his larynx, and the forensic pathologist Epstein's brother hired found that the 3 fractures are extremely unusual in suicidal hangings and occur much more commonly in homicidal strangulation. Also,
I told you, it's a guillotine choke, obviously. What they need to do is find out which one of those guards or inmates was a Brazilian? Oh no, I didn't. We need to figure out which one of those guards or inmates was a Brazilian jiu-jitsu artist, okay? And you need to find out, because it sounds like we got some damage that may or may not have been from a guillotine chokehold. Maybe a north-south, maybe an anaconda. Never know. I think that we need to check that out.
Leave fingerprints on bed sheets. But these podcasters have the truth. Cool. Epstein's brother said he wasn't suicidal, that he was talking about his bail hearing. This is the biggest cover-up since Mrs. Doubtfire. Hello! We literally have pictures.
I just watched that stand-up of Robin Williams talking shit about Donald Trump, where he said, what did he say? He said Donald Trump having beauty pageants is like Michael Vick owning a dog kennel. Damn, dude. Robin Williams, I miss Robin Williams so much.
Of Trump and Epstein creeping over just a whole party of young girls, doing the white man's overbite. Yeah.
Who was in there with, Manny?
1992, found in the NBC archives, shows the future president welcoming Jeffrey Epstein to his Mar-a-Lago estate.
Guys, they weren't. I mean, they weren't chummy or anything though. Like it was strictly like a business relationship, guys. They barely Like, I know you guys are watching a video where it looks like they're having a really good time together, and it looks as though they're staring at young women on a dance floor and making comments to each other that may or may not be heavily misogynistic. But your eyes deceive you guys. Your eyes, 100%, everything that you guys are seeing is obviously you guys are on drugs.
Both men are seen enjoying themselves. Trump pointing out women dancing in front of them.
We have Epstein.
There you go, Jay. Cain Velasquez. Was Cain... Okay, what was the timeline of Cain Velasquez going after that pedo, where he shot at the pedo? Did Cain Velasquez, was he in the same prison? Because that's a pretty good conspiracy. That's a pretty good one. Cain hates the PDFs, okay? Obviously, dude chased down a guy, tried to shoot him, okay? That's a pretty good one, Jay. Jay, we're going to get the investigators on that. We need to get the investigators on that one.
Saying Trump was his best friend. And we have Trump getting sued by a girl who said she was raped by
Katie
Trump
Johnson.
and Epstein when she
Katie
was 13.
Johnson.
We have women.
Say her name.
Who testified that they were used for sex with rich men by Epstein and paid by Epstein since they were as young as 13.
Michelle Licata sat next to Courtney in court. She too says she was assaulted inside Epstein's sprawling
Jesus
Palm Beach
Christ.
estate.
I was 14. I had
Say all
braces
their
on.
names.
Virginia Giuffre had filed a suit against Epstein. She got death threats and then she took her own life. Guess what? Virginia actually committed suicide. So, after hearing about the Epstein files for years, after being told there was a list, after knowing that Kim Jerk Orange was on Epstein's plane 7 times, after this weird-ass response...
Would you declassify the 9/11
dude.
files?
Yeah.
Would you declassify JFK files?
Yeah.
Would you,
I did a lot of it.
Would you declassify the Epstein files?
My brother in Christ. Look at that face. You guys, what was that? It was an old joke. I forgot what the joke is, but it was a joke where they would get you to say yes a bunch of times, and then the last thing they'd ask you, you'd want to say no, but you would say yes. Look at Donald Trump. She set his ass up. He was like, yes, definitely. I already did some of it. What? Let's get that one more time. Let's get the Donald one more time on that one.
I did
7 times after this weird-ass response.
Would you declassify the 9/11 files?
Yeah.
Would you declassify JFK files?
Yeah.
Would you?
I did a lot of it.
Would you declassify the Epstein files?
Yeah. Yeah. I would.
All right.
I guess I would.
And this weird-ass response.
I think that less so because, you don't know. You don't want to affect people's lives if it's phony stuff in there because it's...
It's like if you ask somebody if they could kick somebody's ass and that person was like in the room. They're like, you think you can take Brian? You say you can box, right? Like, yeah, I box. I'm pretty good actually. I'm a Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt, and also I was a United States national champion at Taekwondo. And they're like, oh damn, you can fight good, huh? Yeah, I'm pretty good. And then they're like, well, you think you can take Brian? Brian's an MMA guy, and you're like, yeah, I mean. Probably. I don't want to fight Brian. Brian seems like a good guy. What the fuck is that response? Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I would.
All right.
I guess I would.
And this weird-ass response.
I think that
Oxford,
less
thank
so
you for joining.
because,
Thank you for joining
don't
the Ginger
know.
Snaps.
You don't want to affect people's lives if it's phony stuff in there because there's a lot of phony stuff with that whole world.
And his firm denial.
I had a falling out with him a long time ago. I don't think I've spoken to him for 15 years. I wasn't a fan.
Yeah, I knew that guy for a really, really fucking long time. Kind of besties. We used to hang out on the dance floor and talk about the ladies and shit, but, definitely don't like him. Definitely, if you look at any of the videos where it seems like I like him, that's not what's going on there. You guys, your eyes are deceiving you.
And after this guy settled a lawsuit, after this bank and this bank also settled a lawsuit with the victims,
sorry,
and after Jeffrey Epstein's right-hand side piece has been sentenced to 20 years in prison for recruiting young girls, case closed.
I just wish her well.
If we had one piece of evidence
wish her well.
this clear about Hillary or Hunter, they'd be under the jail.
I didn't say lock her up.
Lock her up is right.
I'm just glad Dumb and Dumber and Dumberer are honoring their oath to protect and serve. the bankrupt felon, best friend of the worst pedophile in American history. Because they sure as hell aren't working for the American people. Don't let the darkness get to you, kids. Scream
100%.
sanity. We'll get through this. I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. Case closed. Yep, that's right. The guy that we definitely have all the evidence that he's a pedophile. He bitched about pedophiles for years. Said they were drinking baby's blood. And now, the worst pedophile that we've ever seen in American history, they just let us go. And I'm talking about the president. Ah!
It's actually like his scream as he walks off is actually just getting sadder. Actually, like, it's actually just getting sadder now. Ah, poor Titus. I bet he's right now, he's finding out about that fucking tweet from Trump, and he's like, God damn it! He's doing the same thing right now. Oh, man. Yeah, it's like that. Yeah, that's a joke. Yeah. Are you, yeah, it's supposed to be, yeah, you say no, no, yes, or the other way around. Yes, yes, no, or something like that. Yeah, that's what it reminds me of. Oh, Oxford, thank you so much for joining the Angry Ginger Army. Thank you to everybody that's donated. Thank you to everybody that's joined the army. I appreciate you guys so much. As always, you guys know I love having you guys here. It's always fun to fucking talk about all this shit. It's the only way we get through it, guys. Scream sanity. As he said, scream sanity. Let's see. What else do we want to take a look at today before we get there? Oh, yeah, we've got Trump threatening about Mom Donnie. We've got Jasmine Crockett got a new hairdo. She got a new do. Looking good, Jasmine Crockett. That's a nice new do Jasmine's got. Then we've got, we're just going right down this pathway of Epstein shit. So I guess we might as well just keep going down that, right? Let's watch Tennessee Brando talking about the potential of the FBI director, that's Bongino, right? Supposedly him and Pam Bondi got into a shouting match. So we've already had Elon Musk versus Scott Bessent. Now we have Bongina versus Pam Bondi. Like I think we're starting to get a pretty solid lineup, guys. Pretty solid lineup for the pay-per-view. The White House, is this what's going to happen when Trump says that he's talking about a UFC fight on the White House lawn? I don't know if you guys are even aware of that, but that's what he talked about. Is it going to be between people that are in his administration? Because if it is, I'm fucking 100% for that. That changes my whole point of view on that. Oh, thank you for the 10 memberships. Thank you for the 10 memberships, 5 Alarm. Congrats to everybody that just got themselves a membership. Congrats. See, Moms Russo got one. Super dope. Yeah, maybe that's what the UFC on the front lawn's going to be, guys. There's a chance. There's a chance.
Can we pan to the audience? I'm curious. How many of you raise your hand think this is a big deal, the Epstein thing? Would you raise
Oxford, I can't do a Money Game live reaction because I did one time play, I think during the mental health one, I played High Ren on the channel and it took down the stream. So even though Ren is perfectly fine with everybody using his stuff and reacting to it and stuff like that, that does, what is it, UMG I think is the record label. They use third parties to take down that content. So I can do a non-live reaction where I listen to it and we play it or whatever, but because I can fight the copyright dispute afterwards, but I can't do it live on stream. Yeah, just rejoin. It's a pain in the ass. It is. It's like too much because you have to sit there and wait for it to come back up, and yeah. I mean, we could try to do it. Let's see. Okay, here, we'll do it. Okay, but I'll watch because it warns me. It does warn me before it'll tell me it's about to take my stuff down. So we'll try. Okay. UMG is a distributor. Okay. We're gonna do part 2 because I like part 2. Part 2 is my favorite, and it's also the song from the video, or from the beginning of the video. So this is Rin.
I knew I was underwater.
That is not Rin. That is not Rin, guys. Just so you guys know, that is not Rin. That's not Rin either. YouTube's doing bad things. Stop it, YouTube. I'm not subscribed to Rin on this channel, apparently. Okay, there we go. So this is Rin, and this is actually the video to the song that starts the show off. This is Money Game Part 2. It's actually very pertinent to what's going on in today's society. They're on it and very litigious. Are you saying I shouldn't do this? Oxford's like, but I want it. I want to do it. Okay, yeah, we can't do it. But you can go back to listen. I do use the first minute. And by the way, just so everybody understands too, I have actually reached out to Rin about using the song in my video at the beginning. And his manager told me that I could use it. So he said, as long as I'm not using it for like, a bunch of profit or anything like that, and if it ever got to the point where, these shows were super profitable, we could probably work out something. But currently, if you want to see it, you can actually just go back and listen to the beginning of the show, and that is the song. So I'll do something for it. We'll do something.
Can we pan to the audience? I'm curious. How many of you, raise your hand, think this is a big deal, the Epstein thing? Would you raise your hand? So, I mean, every hand has gone up.
So that was Charlie Kirk asking his audience how big of a deal the Epstein client list is to them, and you saw that all...
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy that this is what they chose. Like, this was the one thing that these people might be 10 toes down on. I mean, there's still people, obviously, on Twitter and stuff that are just like, they don't give two shits. They don't give two shits at all. Like, they think that, the thing that Trump said about Obama writing them and Hillary Clinton writing them, like, that's all they need. They just need one out. And they're like, yeah, that's what's happening, actually. It was Obama did it. Like, that's all they need. But there's a lot of these people that are, like, hold up. Like, they were convinced that Trump was going to expose those files.
Hands went up unanimously. So I'm sure Charlie Kirk is sitting there in the back of his mind saying, oh man, how am I going to try to spin this one back to the flock and keep everybody in line? MAGA truly is coming unraveled at the moment, and folks, honestly, I'm enjoying sitting back watching it, if I'm telling you the truth. But now, as the story continues to unravel and unfold, we learn that...
I do have it in writing, actually, Manny. I have it in an email from Rin's manager.
Dan Bongino is considered unraveled at the moment, and folks, honestly, I'm enjoying sitting back watching it, if I'm telling you the truth. But now, as the story continues to unravel and unfold, we learn that Dan Bongino is considering resigning after he had a big blow up with
What do you guys think? You guys think he's going to do it? What do you think? You think that? See, here's my thing. This is why I think Bongina and fucking Crazy Eyes Cash, why they're doing it. I think that both of them understand that this job is not going to last very long for them. I think that they see the majority of their audience are these conspiracy theory types. And I think right now, this is all theater from Bongina. I think that he's attacking Pam Bondi because obviously a lot of the people in MAGA don't like Bondi because she took Matt Gaetz's job. Yeah, so I actually think this is all fake bullshit, fake outrage from Bongina to make sure that when he eventually loses his place as the FBI director, that he's going to quit and he'll still have his audience. Like, that's what I believe.
Pam Bondi. And the news is,
just trying to cover everybody's ass.
Bongino resigns, Kash Patel is saying that he may resign as well. So the whole Trump team that he picked, all of these loyalists that he picked.
Yeah, what Mama Brooke just said. They are cuckoo. If there was any incriminating evidence, I am triple mad at Merrick Garland. Trump should be in jail. Yeah, like, and that's what I said before is, this is something, in my opinion, that is not a party-specific thing. Like, obviously we see lots of conservatives consistently getting in trouble for things to do with children. But I do believe that in these files, if they exist, and if there is information, which I do believe it does exist, and I do believe there's information, that there are people that are across the political spectrum, and there are probably, very important, powerful people throughout the world that, like a certain prince, that are involved in it. And I think that the reason that people like Biden and other establishment Democrats as well haven't released this information is because they don't want to release it because they're friends with these people. That is my opinion, and I could be wrong, and I would happily be wrong. Like, if I am wrong, that's great. Like, that'd make me feel so much better. But it does seem like the reason that no matter who's in office, that the information for these things, it isn't coming out, is because people are connected to these people, and they don't want, even if it's not them, right? Even if it's not the politician themselves that's in it, they don't want to see the people that they're connected to go down. And they're probably even worried that because those people are connected to them, that they would then, catch, they get grazed as well. So there's a lot that goes into that. And, I as well, if it comes out, eventually ever comes out, that, there was clear evidence of Trump or anybody else in these files and they didn't prosecute him, I'm going to be a very upset person. Yes.
Surrounded himself with are now falling apart at the seams, and there is so many ways to look at this and break this one down, folks, that we could sit here for the rest of the day and talk about all the different possible angles. But one angle I would just like to show is Dan Bongino before he took the job as the deputy FBI director and after. So this first clip is Dan Bongino on his podcast, asking all of the questions that MAGA has been asking about Epstein for years and pushing his conspiracies. Take a look.
And what the hell are they hiding with Jeffrey Epstein? Why do they want to make this Jeffrey Epstein story go away so bad? Because the people...
That's a solid question, Dan. Somebody needs to play this clip for Dan so he can ask his fucking self that. Like, this is the wild thing about the internet, man. Like, years ago, like 20, 30 years ago, like, these fucks could say this stuff behind the scenes, right? And then when shit happened, they could just act like they never said it. And then you get, like, like the suckers and losers comment from Trump, right? Where it's like third hand. Somebody says that they heard him said it or he said it to them, but there's like no video footage of it or whatever. That's what it like always was before. But now, especially in MAGA, because MAGA makes so much money off of their crowd. They grift off these people so fucking hard. And it's so easy. It's like they just say the most like bombastic shit, the most hyperbolic shit. And if they say crazy things, they're going to get more money for doing it. So it incentivizes them to say the craziest shit that they possibly can. The fucking side effect of that, of course, is that if you ever get a job in the government that you are claiming is filled with these deep state individuals and that these conspiracies are actually true, is that you might actually have to fucking follow through with the bullshit that you said you were going to do. Like, that is one of the wildest things about this. This internet age is wild.
People in charge of this.
Let's hear him say it one more time. Let's
and what the hell are they hiding with Jeffrey Epstein? Why do they want to make this Jeffrey Epstein story go away so bad? Because the people in charge of this global cabal of idiots out there trying to hide the truth don't want you to hear about this story and have the power to censor it. The deep state, it's a conspiracy theory. Really? That's crazy. Write a piece.
Didn't dude say it now? Didn't he say, well, it seems like it is a conspiracy?
No, it's a conspiracy theory.
What's up, Dr. Don?
Tell me what part of this conspiracy is theoretical.
Hey, this is Senator John Ossoff.
God damn it, my fucking thing that I used to stop this from happening.
In Georgia. $5.
What's up, John Ossoff?
Can you chip in $5?
I mean, I'll think about it. But not right now, dude. We're in the middle of making fun of Dan Bongino, John. Jesus Christ. You got to know, like, the right time to ask, John, although this actually probably is the right time to ask. People are probably like, You know what? Actually, John Ossoff, I'm gonna give you a lot of money, like $5. Shit, you getting 50, dog.
Oh boy, this thing is just getting nastier by the second. The question is, why were they talking to him, and what were they trying to make go away? Does it have any?
These are all solid questions. These are all very solid questions that Don Bongina should go ahead and ask himself. Like right now, Dan should set himself down in front of this video and ask himself all of these questions that he is so well spoken about this. He is asking all the right questions.
Anything to do with the extensive video network alleged to have existed on his island and on his plane. We need to keep the heat on this case, folks. There are a lot of people.
Solid. I love the face. I love the facial expressions. I'm mad. I am being performative right now. You guys don't even know how upset I'm actually about this right now. There's absolutely no way that if I ever had this information that I would hide it from you. You can tell that by the way that I look on my face. Look at me. I'm mad.
Who are knee deep in the Washington swamp, who are not telling you the truth about serious allegations out there that Epstein may.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Pitchforks. He just needs to shave that shit off. Like his hairline is like has receded all the way back to like where his ears start. I mean, at this point, it's still kind of in front of the ears a little bit, but in that last video we saw, that shit's all the way back to the ears. Just like let it go, brother. Like go bald, dog.
We have had video and audio of people out there. This Epstein thing is there's more than meets the eye there.
True.
I know a lot of people want to make this thing go away. That Jeffrey Epstein story is a big deal.
So yeah, that was Dan Bongino before he took the job.
You know what I love about Tennessee Brando? And I know some people are probably gonna be like, that's dumb. The lawnmower in the background. Like he's just a real dude. He's like, so right now actually my grandpappy is mowing the lawn and he can't hear real well, so I tried to tell him not to do it while I'm making the video, but he's gonna do what he wanna do, so we're just gonna make a video with a lawnmower in the background.
Job as the FBI deputy director, and he's sitting there asking all the questions that MAGA has been asking for years. But then when Donald Trump asks him to come into the fold and he accepts it, he gets inside and he looks around for a minute. Then this is him after he took the job. Take a look.
I just want to be crystal clear on this. I am not asking anyone to believe me.
Dude, look at how hard he's thinking. Look at that shit. He is focused, like he is fucking laser focused on his words right now. He's like, holy shit. Okay, how do I get myself out of this? What the fuck have I done? Why did I take this position?
I'm telling you what's there and what isn't. Right. There is nothing in the file at this point on the Epstein case. And there's
Susie said, my dad said he leaves a few hairs on top of his head as feelers so he doesn't scrape his head when he gets into things. That's a good call. You know how many times I hit my head, Susie? All the goddamn time, and I got a neck injury. So if I hit the top of my head, it compresses my neck, and then my back tightens up for like 3 days. That hacks. It's hacks. I should have left a couple of hairs up there.
There's going to be a disclosure on this coming shortly. This point, still clear on it.
Him after he took the job. Take a look.
I just want to be crystal clear on this. I am not asking anyone to believe me. I'm telling you what's there and what isn't. Right. There is nothing in the file.
Wait. Wait, that statement doesn't even make sense. I'm not asking anyone to believe me, but I'm telling you what is there and what isn't. My brother in Christ, Mr. Bongina, like literally, that is asking people to believe you. It's like Trump. They just say words. And then the words don't actually mean, I think, what they think they mean. If you say the words, I'm not asking anybody to believe what I'm saying, but then follow it up with, I'm telling you that there was no evidence in there, you are actually literally asking people to believe that when you say that there is nothing there, that there is nothing there. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, homeboy?
I'm telling you what's there and what isn't. Right. There is nothing in the file at this point on the Epstein case, and there's going to be a disclosure on this coming shortly. We are working through there is video. That is...
Like, look at the way he says that. There is video. Like, he's not certain he can say that. When he says that, he's not certain he can say that.
This coming shortly. We are working through there is video.
You see that? That pause in the face? He's not sure he can say that. Because he doesn't know that it exists. I guarantee you.
That is something the public does not.
There's video of him killing himself.
No, not the actual act, but the entire...
Like, look at the way his eyes bug and stuff like that. He's doing a very poor job of hiding his insecurity on the subject.
MCC Bay, it was only one camera. There's video that when you look at
the Fox News people. Look at them. They're like, come on, dude. Like, give us something. Anything, bro. Why are you fucking this up, man? This is easy. We lie all the time, man. This is Fox News. You don't have to tell the truth. We literally got a fucking $787 million defamation lawsuit against us because, that's what we do. Like, this is a whole couch full of professional liars looking at a dude just be a fucking apprentice liar. Like, come on, bro, get your shit together.
Video, and we will release. That's what's taken a while on this. We are working on cleaning it up to make sure you have an enhanced, and we're going to give the original so you don't think there were any shenanigans.
Fan. Thank you for the $2. There's what's there and what isn't not there. 100%, dude. Jesus Christ. Wow. How are we even here right now, man? How are we even here right now? Oh, man, I'm never going to be able to forgive Trump supporters, dude. It's just, I'm not going to be able to do it. After all of this shit, I'm not going to be able to do it. I'm going to be like, you guys did this to us. You're going to have to hide that you were a Trump supporter like Germans had to hide that they supported Nazis. That's the way it's going to have to be. It's going to be just like when your grandpa dies and you go through his closet and you find the uniform and you're like, oh my God, grandpa was a Nazi. It's going to be the same shit. You're going to your grandpa's going to die and you open up the closet and there's going to be a shirt that says, I voted for the felon. How did they make finding out that your grandpa was a Nazi actually less worse than finding out that your grandpa was a Trump supporter? How did they do that? You find the hat with the Trump hair on it and shit. The outlaw and the hillbilly. Clean America up! I'm like, fuck, grandpa was so cringe. I didn't know grandpa was this cringe. Oh, Jesus Christ. Dan Bongino has a tell whenever he's lying. If you look carefully, you'll notice every time he lies, his lips move. That's a good call, Swift. Oh, that's a good call. Like him? Should I keep my mouth shut? Gotcha. Did you catch Tom Homan being trolled by Michael Picard? Oh, no. I need to see that. Michael Picard, the professional douchebag, he trolled Tom Homan. He better be careful. Michael Picard is the wrong skin color to be doing that. My dude, don't get deported, brother. We need you. That's going to be a hell of a video. That's going to get a lot of views when fucking Picard gets deported. My dude, careful. Grandpa's a fucking asshole. Exactly, Malabrook.
You're going to see there's no enhanced. We will release. That's what's taken a while on this. We are working on cleaning it up to make sure you have an enhanced, and we're going to give the original so you don't think.
God damn, they lie so much.
Think there were any shenanigans. You're going to see there's no one there but him. Right. There's just nobody there. So I say to people all the time, if you have a tip, let us know. But there's no DNA, there's no audio, there's no fingerprints, there's no suspects, there's no accomplices, there's no tips, there is nothing. If you have it, I'm happy to.
What tips are you looking for, dog? He was in a jail cell. What do you mean if you have a tip? Bro, dude was in a jail cell. The tips come from you guys. Y'all motherfuckers are the one that were there. What What do you mean tips? Like, do you expect like somebody's grandma to call and be like, yeah, so actually I know that motherfucker didn't kill himself. Like, I'm sure they're going to get all kinds of tips from crazy ass Trump supporters saying that Hillary did it. $5. Thank you. Thank you, 5alarm, for the $5. MAGA caps found in the attack. Grandkids will have questions. Like when grandpa has his Trump pardon hidden in like a folder or a shoebox or something. Jesus Christ.
See it. There's video clear as day. He's the only person in there and the only person coming out.
Wait. What? Hold on. Did he say that you'll see clear as day? He's the only person in there and he's the only person coming out. Did he just say that?
You can. There's videos. There's no tips. There is nothing. If you have it, I'm happy to see it. There's video clear as day. He's the only person in there and the only person coming out. You can.
Where's that video? Where the fuck is that video? What the fuck like? It's clear as day. He's the only person in there and he's the only person coming out. That is not the video that we got. Where is this video? I want to see that video. Where is that video?
There's video clear as day. He's the only person in there and the only person coming out. You can see it.
So clearly I'm not MAGA, but if I were, I would look at those clips back to back and I would say, well, the first clip was a guy who was convinced that there was something to the Epstein story and he was spreading that out into the world. And the next was a guy covering it up. So the first guy was anti-deep state. The second clip was deep state. He has become the deep state, and that's what a lot of MAGA is upset about, and that's why at the beginning...
Thank you for the $5, Oxford. Please play, I think you mean Rin, Money Game Trilogy. If you have Rin's permission, I'm here to testify. He'll back you up. Yeah, the problem isn't with the fact that his manager gave me permission. His manager gave me permission to use the 1 minute clip I use in the beginning of the show. Rin gives permission to everybody to use his music. Like I said, the problem isn't with that. The problem is that most people aren't doing these live on live streams. When people do reaction videos for most of these songs, they're doing them in pre-recorded videos. And the way that works is that when you do a video of a reaction, you put it into YouTube system. YouTube runs it through its AI or its algorithm. It picks out anything, music or video that is copyrighted, and then it tells you that it's copyrighted, and it puts a red mark on your video. It says that you can't use it, right? Sometimes it gets blocked. Sometimes it gets demonetized. Sometimes you give the money to the person that owns the copyrighted material, and sometimes you just straight up get a copyright strike, right? So currently, what happens if I were to do a Rin video, right? I would do the video, I would upload the video, and then it would get an immediate demonetization and a block in certain places depending on country. I would then submit an email to YouTube that says this is a reaction video. It is under fair use. I do not intend for this video to take any views from Rin or to attempt to have people come here and watch my video instead of his video. This is why it's really important to pause the video like I'm doing right here and talk about things and give analysis and to transform the content, right? So I can't do it. I think Manny's right. Manny's right to not do it now. But I will look at making videos about it. I will look at making videos. I'm sorry you spent $5 on that. Sorry, buddy.
In this video, when Charlie Kirk asked his audience, is this a big deal to y'all? All of their hands went up unanimously.
Have fun dancing, Dr. Don.
But what is so interesting to me about this one is the way that Donald Trump always somehow manages to duck and dodge. I have to give him credit for one thing. I've never seen anyone be able to slip in and out of any accountability quite the way Donald Trump does, because the first go around he could blame it on the swamp. He could say, well, I got in there
like water off a duck's back
in an attempt to drain the swamp, and I surrounded myself with more people in the swamp, and then they all turned on me. All these radical people in government all turned on me. This go around,
watch what magnesium does to your bowels.
If you have to wipe more than 4 times after you poop, here's why.
The Mayo Clinic confirms that
he hired.
Oh, what a commercial!
He hired people. from Fox
later,
News.
Fixer.
He hired people to be his mouthpiece and to be loyal to him, and now they're fumbling.
I need to fix my
I always
shit.
want to drive this point home. Every time Donald Trump has ever got near the White House, he's always talked about how he's the smartest guy in the room and how he can drain the swamp and how he can figure everything out and how he can expose everyone and their corruption.
Dude, it's so mind-boggling that people believe this stuff. It's like it's right there, right in front of your face, man. And you still believe it. It's so crazy.
But anytime he ever gets in his own team, whether he appoints them or whether they were loyalists or whatever the case may be, they always fall apart at the seams. After he makes the claim that he's the smartest and he only hires the smartest of people, he always ends up, to me, looking like a complete and total buffoon because the people that he says are the best and the brightest can never seem to hold it together. And this go around, he went out there and he handpicked loyalists who would go to bat for him. But
yeah, and that's what I think that's what's making this like so ultra crazy, right? Like it was in the first term. I want to say that he let Jared Kushner pick a lot of the people, and Jared Kushner was obviously doing political favors for people and pulled in like politicians. They're corrupt politicians, but politicians. I mean, even like his sec def was General Mattis, who I actually like General Mattis. And even like Mark Milley, he's not really a person that I agree with politically, but obviously came out and said, like, we swear our oath to the United States of America, not to a king. And many people in that first term, I think, put boundaries on Trump that made it seem less crazy than this one. I think that the reason that we're seeing this like level of stupidity and like buffoonery and like even like when they're doing crimes, like it's so out in front of your face. Like some of it I think is just that they don't give two shits that you know that they're doing crimes, and they know that their base doesn't give two shits that they're doing crimes. But also I think it's just like straight up dumbassery. I also think that these guys, like even if people were holding them accountable, like if people were holding them accountable, like this shit would be over already, because I don't think that they're not good criminals. They're not good at what they're doing. They're morons. They definitely would be already on trial and stuff. I mean, this is why it's so important in November. I don't think it's too early to start talking to people and saying, in November, we need a blue House and we need a blue Senate, and we need to start taking care of the issues that are in our current political system. 100%. If we do not, it's going to be a long 4 years.
Now that they're in there and they've promised to bring the Epstein files out, they've promised to release the list. They've made these promises on podcasts for years to their audience that if Trump got in, he would do it. Now Dan Bongino is exploding. Now Dan Bongino isn't showing up for work. Now Dan Bongino is saying he might resign, and Kash Patel is saying I may resign too. And I just go back to the second clip I played of just how nervous Bongino looks once he's been in there and he's been exposed to everything that was going on. Then you throw Elon
Later, pitchforks.
Musk into the picture, tweeting countless times about Trump and how he's on the list and how he's hiding this and covering it up. Folks, the harder that they try to make this go away, the more guilty that Donald Trump looks.
Exactly. Like I said, anytime that you have to like release like gigantic tweets, or anytime that you're like you're trying to disparage the person asking you questions about it, like that just makes you look more and more guilty by the day.
And some people says I'm being too hard on MAGA. Some people says that I should always welcome into the fold. Some people should say that I should take the win when I see people turning on Trump. But folks, I'm seeing them slightly turn on him, but not full-chested. And it's good. It's good that they're slightly starting to turn. They're slightly starting to wake up. But somehow they always find a way to blame this on Bondi, blame this on Dan Bongino, blame this on Kash Patel.
And how crazy is it, too, to watch this happen from within MAGA? If you're like one of the people, right, that Trump has installed, and you just watch the dysfunctionalism of his administration, and you watch them just attack each other in this way that Pam Bondi's being attacked right now. It almost made me feel sorry for Pam Bondi. I don't at all, not even a little bit. But it almost made me like watching like them turn on her that hard, right? Like, and Kash Patel and Bongina know that if they turn on Bondi, then MAGA won't pull out the pitchforks for them, because they already have the bona fides, right? Like they've already called out that they hate the Epstein's a terrible person. He's like, we're going to release his files, all that bullshit, like whatever, you know, like they've already said all those things. So MAGA's like, you know, like that's our dudes. And the crazy thing is that Pam Bondi has probably actually been, in my opinion, a lot more loyal than Kash Patel or Bongina. And that's not because it's just that they haven't had the chance to really show. Like Pam Bondi has legit put her career in a place that when this folds, like if she does get ousted by Trump, like I could see her actually turning, because her career as a whole, like her life could be in jeopardy, like as far as like her going to like prison and shit like that. Like she has done things for Donald Trump that are mind fucking blowing when it comes to like thinking about what's going to happen to her afterwards if this shit doesn't all turn out. And to watch these guys like turn on her that hard, it's crazy, and it just shows exactly how dysfunctional they are.
Question would be, who are you going to blame it on the next time? You can throw them under the bus if you want to, if it'll make you feel better, but then who gets the blame? Who steps up and takes their role? And then who fumbles the ball again? We used to live in a world where one of the most famous political slogans, and I do believe it was started by Harry Truman, was "the buck stops here." And that meant the buck stops with the president. I'm the one that has to answer for this. I'm the one
Not
who
anymore.
has to deliver. And Donald Trump here lately, when he's asked questions, literally says, I don't know, I haven't thought about it. You'll have to ask somebody else. I've got somebody working on that.
I did see that, Mama Brooke, that she takes money from Scientology. I did see that. That's pretty crazy.
I'll have to ask my lawyer. If the buck stops with the president, it's on Donald Trump to make this right. He has really been accused of a whole lot here lately. And if he has the files and he has the proof that he's innocent,
I think he just thought everything was going to go away. I think he thought that when he got into office that he could just make it all go away. And we all know that that's one of the reasons he ran in the first place, right? Was because he wanted to make all the criminal charges go away. I mean, think about this. Like, a lot of people still don't discuss the fact that he is still a 34-time convicted felon. Think about the fact that AOC called him a rapist, and all these people are coming out and they're saying, like, he's going to sue you for defamation and all this stuff. And it's like, well, no, he was found liable for sexual abuse of E. Jean Carroll. And in that, the judge did say that accounts to that word. Like, I think that more than anything, Donald Trump thought he was going to get into office. All of these things were going to go away. Everybody was going to fall in line. And, you know, like, life was going to be good for Donald Trump and he could do whatever the fuck he want. And that was an obvious miscalculation when it came to the Epstein files. When you engage with conspiracy theorists and you have, you know, honeypotted them with the release of this information, same thing goes with, I'm surprised that they're not angrier about the JFK shit. Like, the JFK shit came out, nothing, not even a fucking titter, zero. Like some people were like, oh, it's kind of weird, but that was it. Like, that surprised me, and that does show, like, there is a certain level that Trump is correct about, that he can do certain things with the information and the release of information and get away with, like, not following through, and his people will follow him. But it does seem like a miscalculation has happened with these Epstein files.
all he has to do is release it. To all the ones out there who are trying to twist this and blame.
By the way, the reason I think that is because, or the reason I think that's true is because the Epstein files, if it was real in these people's minds, would lead to arrests of people that these people hate, right? Like the JFK files wouldn't have led to any real arrests. It's too far gone, right? Some of those people are still alive or whatever, but most likely you're not going to get any arrests from that, right? These people were not just honeypotted by the information that was going to come out in the Epstein files, but the promised arrests. And that is why they're so upset right now, is that they're believing that they're on the cusp of watching Democrats get drug out of their homes and put in prison, or celebrities that they hate, that they think are woke, being pulled out of their homes and arrested. That's what these people really want to see. And that's why this is actually causing a problem within MAGA.
But on the Democrats, well, now, wait a minute, man. Why didn't the Democrats release it? And why are the Democrats being quiet? The Democrats really are irrelevant at this point because Trump is the one solely in charge.
I'll link it at the end of the show.
He has his finger on the button of all of it. He has the Supreme Court in his back pocket. They gave him immunity for official acts. He could dump anybody under the bus that he wants to. And trust me, I do believe, more so than anything, Donald Trump would love nothing more than to throw Democrats under the bus. A lot of times, yes, Democrats play too nice. A lot of times, yes, they won't get in the mud and sling shit.
Yeah, I saw the Cutter stuff, too.
But Donald Trump will get in the mud and sling shit all over everybody. But this time, it seems to me like he's really trying to keep the shit from splattering on himself. And everyone that says, well, why ain't the Democrats raising more of a fuss? The real question is, Trump's in charge, the Republicans are in charge of everything, so if the Democrats are the ones that are guilty, throw it out there and let us all see, because I'm not over here saying defend the Democrats.
And this is why I like Brando and the rest of these guys, is that is my opinion as well. I've said this from the very beginning. I've called out Trump supporters over and over again that say, Bill Clinton is in those files. I go, okay, then if he ends up being in them, and, you know, we don't know that yet, but if he ended up being in them, then if there is evidence, he should be put on trial. And if there is enough evidence, he should be convicted. Can you say the same thing about Donald Trump? And they never can. They never can. They'll just say, no, he's just not in there. Like, well, what if he is? No, he's not in there. Okay, well, I could just do the same thing with Clinton. I could just be like, no, he's not in there. But the reality is anybody could be in there from those levels. I mean, lots of those people were friends with Epstein. Some of them, yes, were friends with Epstein for business purposes or whatever and probably didn't do anything wrong. I'm sure there are people that were associated with him just for professional reasons. But then there are obviously going to be people that participated in nefarious things on that island. And I don't give a two shits who it is, whoever it is. If there is evidence that they did things to children, they should be put on trial. And if that evidence holds up in court, they should be convicted and they should go to prison. And I don't give two shits whether or not they're Democrat or Republican or independent or apolitical. It doesn't fucking matter to me. If children have been harmed, they deserve justice.
I'm not over here saying that. You can throw every damn one of them under the bus if they're guilty. But MAGA still can't really bring themselves to say that. They're still trying to hold on to that little hope that Donald Trump's going to save the day. But I'd just like to point out, he's mad that they're bringing up Epstein.
Yep.
He's not mad at Dan Bongino. He's not mad at Kash Patel.
Yep.
He's not mad at Pam Bondi. He's mad at reporters for asking the question. He's mad at people for still talking about it. And that really should tell you everything you need to know. I don't have to sit here and say that Donald Trump is guilty. All you have to do is just sit back and watch the way he's acted this entire time. All you have to do is sit back and watch the chain of events that have happened and just put two and two together. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I have never seen something more blatantly obvious in my life. And the question becomes, will Republicans be willing to throw one of their own under the bus for the sake of exposing this deep...
Oh, yeah. Like I said, I'm still waiting for the fake ChatGPT list. You know that Donald Trump has probably asked some of the people in his administration whether or not they can just fake it. Whether or not, why can't ChatGPT just make a list? Just put some people on there. Like I said, I think they will 100% throw some of their Republican colleagues under the bus. Some LGBT people, some of the minorities, like some of the women. I bet they will throw them under the bus with no fucking provocation at all. Just out of spite for those people in their own party even.
State they've been after forever.
Or
are they just going to prove that they were the deep state all along? I've always thought that Trump and MAGA is the true swamp. And let's see who's willing to drain it.
I mean, I don't think that that's even a question. I don't think that's even a question. Of course they are. Let's see. How much time do we got? We got time for a couple more videos, I think. I think we can get some more videos in here. So we got like a little bit of extra stuff here. Smaller videos that we can watch. I wanted to watch this. Because I did see this. I don't know if this is actually a video on this. Do you guys know about Trump saying that he would, what would he say he'd do? He said he would take control of New York City if Mamdani became the mayor, and he's spoke a little bit about like possibly the government taking over Washington D.C. as well. And here's my thing with this is so many people see these tweets from Trump and they're like, he's just joking. It's just trolling. It's just like he's not even like he's not going to do that, right? At what point do we start to say to ourselves that it's not okay for the president of the United States to make jokes about like actual like laws and breaking laws and doing things like that. Like, at what point do we start to hold accountable the president of the United States for making jokes that could lead to harm to people? Like, that's like, it's not something that we want. Even like if Obama was doing this, I'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with Obama? Why does he keep doing this? Like, can he stop? It's just like, there's certain places, like as like a teacher or as an expert on some type of some topic. Generally, you don't want to make jokes about things that seem confusing to the people that are listening. Like, that's not a good idea. And we all know, I mean, I'm saying this, and it's almost rhetorical because I'm saying this because I actually don't believe they're jokes, right? Obviously, I've told you guys before, I think everybody says Donald Trump is telling a joke until he can get away with it, and then it's no longer a joke. And then MAGA supporters go, well, yeah, like, I mean, it was just the right thing to do. The government should take over Washington, D.C. And you can't point out to them that before they said that it was a joke. They'll just be like, well, I don't know, maybe at the time he was, but now he's serious because it just turns out that it is a good idea. So this is a video apparently about Trump talking about taking over New York if Zohran Mamdani becomes the mayor.
We're going to talk about the race for New York City mayor. Democratic mayoral nominee Zohran Mamdani picked up a key endorsement from the United Federation of Teachers, one of the largest unions.
Brandon says, I want to see them try to take NYC, though. They have the biggest police force. Yeah, that's what I'm saying is, like, how would that even work? How would that even work?
In the city.
Yeah, that's a big one. And also, meanwhile, President Trump is taking aim at Mamdani, suggesting that he would take over the city, not my words, his, if Mamdani wins.
Eyewitness News reporter Jaysha Patel is live in Lower Manhattan with more for us. Jaysha.
Shirlene, Michelle, Sam, good morning. Well, less than an hour ago, Mamdani was joined by the UFT president and other union members to celebrate that big endorsement. And he spoke about.
So the union is endorsing Mamdani. Like, it's like, I just don't understand how, like, establishment Democrats can't get behind this guy. Like, he won the primary. It's time to just get behind the fucking guy. That's the end of that. And we all know why, because they take money as well. They take dark money. They take AIPAC money. This guy he's I don't know a lot about him, but what I do know is what I do know about him seems like very good stuff. And I do think, and by the way, the videos I have watched about him have been all the bad videos. I've watched all the negative things that all these people have put out about him, about how he supports the 5 biggest terrorist organization funders in the world, and how apparently he was a rapper and some other dumb shit. But it seems like everything that he wants to do so far seems to jive with the things that most people, regular ass people, blue collar people, middle class people want. And I think that it really just shows the elite Dems true colors when you're not getting behind this guy when the people have spoken and said that this is their candidate. Like, it's a bad look for the Democratic Party.
About attending New York City schools.
Yeah, exactly, Jay. Because 70% of Democrats are AIPAC money hoes. Yeah, exactly.
And the importance of making this city
Nina, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you. And thank you also for that cute-ass little dog.
affordable for families. The UFT has 200,000 members, and they represent some of the city's teachers and other educational professionals. And the UFT.
Yeah, so if the unions are behind you and the people are behind you, that means the only people that aren't behind you are the ultra-wealthy elite and people taking money from PACs that probably they shouldn't be, right? Like, that's what it comes down to. This doesn't seem like a hard decision to me.
UFT is the city's second largest union. Before this, the union did not endorse any candidate for the.
Yeah, even if he's elected, he won't get all the things he wants. There's a city council, and yes, Young Cardman is an amazing. That's his name, is Young Cardamon. Oh, that's great. That's great. We might have to watch some of those videos. I doubt there's a UMG that'll take that down. Yeah, and I agree with that, and that's why, like, we all know that it's all just hyperbolic bullshit. You know, the chances of 9/11 Part 2 happening is no more likely whether or not it's a white guy or a Muslim as the mayor of New York. We all know that. It's all hyperbolic. It's all hate. It's all fear. It's all anger. It's all vitriol. That's all they fucking can dish out there on these people. And the people that believe that shit are easily controlled by it. The real question is, who on the left is also falling for that stuff, right? Because that is where you start to kind of, separate the wheat from the chaff. You start to see like, oh, okay, I get it. You say you're all for, helping out the middle class and stuff like that. But when it comes down to it, you're actually just a conservative, just with a blue fucking, tie on or whatever, blue suit on. So I think that this is actually really important. And I think it's going to be like a learning time for Democrats so they can see exactly who, just like what happened with Bernie.
Primary, but last night the union's delegate assembly voted to endorse Mamdani moving forward. They say he's the best candidate in the race to push the union's agenda, including better pay for teachers and fighting President Trump's federal cuts. And Mamdani is currently up against current Mayor Eric Adams. And this morning,
a corporation should not be considered as a person. Exactly. Overturning Citizens United needs to fucking happen. 100% needs to happen. Thank you for the $10. $10 from 5 Alarm Fire. I'm just curious, with both sides being corrupt, does anyone think we might have a third party at some point other than Elon's American Party bullshit? As far as that goes, like, I think that we, for the most part, have three parties because of the progressives. Obviously, that's not how it works in politics. You have to have like a certain percentage. I think libertarians are considered a party because they reached a certain percentage of the vote. And if you reach a certain percentage of the vote, then you get access to like treasury funds or something like that. I can't remember what it is. But that's how they determine whether or not a party is actually a party. Obviously, we have the Green Party, all the people that vote for Jill Stein every year because they fucking hate us and just want to fucking watch America burn. No, I don't think the Green Party people believe that. But I do think that the Green Party people... Was it Ralph Nader? Was Ralph Nader the original Green Party guy? I heard there's a great fucking documentary on how he got fucked. We should watch that sometime. I don't think that there ever will be. I think that Elon with the American Party, I do agree with Republicans that it would be great. They don't think it'd be great. I think it would be great because I agree with them that it would cause some big problems for the Republicans, just like in the Democratic Party, the schism of communism, progressivism, socialism, and then establishment Democrats has caused a problem in the left. So overall, I think that if Elon starts a party on the right for the America Party, then you're going to see probably some leveling out and probably more options as well. I'd like to see more options be put forth. I think that would be great. Libertarians, that's not what I was going to hoping to hear, but unlike MAGA, I accept facts. Yeah, libertarians are, I believe they are an established party.
Mamdani responded to criticism Adams has brought up.
Yeah, it's not going to be a great party.
When I go around New York City, what I hear from New Yorkers is they can't afford their rent. They can't afford their Con Edison bill. They can't afford even their Metro card. And so it makes sense that Eric Adams and Andrew Cuomo and others would want to focus on anything but their record in delivering this unaffordable city. Because if I was...
Yeah, because that's how you got there, right? Like, the reason New York City is what New York City is because they are in the pocket of people like Bill Ackman. Bill Ackman, who is was funding Andrew Cuomo's campaign. Eric Adams is literally corrupt. Like, there isn't a question as to whether or not Eric Adams is corrupt. It's fucking insane. It's insane to think that there are Democrats out there that are willing to look at a person that has legit taken money from foreign countries and it's just like, well, it doesn't really matter. It's fine. It's fine.
Eric Adams, I would rather talk about SAT scores than the fact that he raised the rent by 9% over the first years of his mayoralty and increased that yet again.
He's so extreme. Ooh, what a communist. Like, Imagine if people were as bad as they sell them to be. Imagine if Zoran Mamdani was the evil extremist that they've made him out to be. Like, he'd be a caricature. It would be a cartoon.
Meanwhile, President Trump is continuing his attacks on Mamdani. He's threatened to take over New York City if Mamdani is elected mayor. Trump has called Mamdani a communist and says if he's elected to run the city, it'll never be the same. Mamdani's campaign responded with a statement
Dude, that's like dystopian shit. That's dystopian. To say that you're going to like take over a city as the president of the United States. I mean, he's already trying to do that with California. I mean, Gavin Newsom has actually done a good job of fighting back against Trump.
In part, Donald Trump has once again chosen to treat democracy like a suggestion and insult more than 500,000 New Yorkers who voted for Zoran Mamdani's leadership in a city they can afford. Back out here live, President Trump has also threatened in recent days to arrest and deport Mamdani if he gets in the way of ICE operations in the city. Mamdani became a naturalized citizen back in 2008.
Dude, this is going to get so fucking weird. It's going to get so weird. It's going to get so weird. Like, with everything that's going on right now with birthright citizenship, the possibility of the president of the United States denaturalizing a American citizen and deporting them that had been duly elected by the American people to become the New York City mayor. Like, I would never think in my life I would ever say those words. That's fucking insane. That is so crazy. Like, how do you make it right as a Trump supporter that you say that you support the Second Amendment, that you think the election was stolen from Donald Trump in 2020, and then at the same time determine that the right thing to do is to denaturalize and deport a U.S. citizen that has won an election? You know, and it's not even a question. It's not like Republicans could say Mamdani rigged this election, right? Like, New York City is a heavily Democratic city, right? I guess they could say he rigged it against the other New York mayors. Oh my God, this is so dumb. This is so dumb. Is that what's going to happen? Is that what's going to happen? Are they going to, in the end, claim that Mamdani rigged the election to beat Cuomo and Adams? That's what they're going to do, isn't it? Jesus Christ. You got to be kidding me. Like, how do we get out of this shit? I mean, I know, like I say this all the time, the solution is obviously to stay loud, stay proud, continue to talk about these things, don't let them go away, don't let them sweep them under the rug. Like, I guess that's what you have to do, right? But it's fucking bananas to think that, like, this is, like, even possible that this is what's going on in our society right now. It's fucking insane. I think we got enough time for, like, one more video for sure. You can't be gay if you have a stinky butt? Are you sure about that? Or is it the other way around? You can't have a stinky butt if you're gay. All right. Yeah, it's just insane. So let's see. Okay, let's watch this. Because I have no idea what this video is about. I did not look at anything to do with this video. This will probably be the video we end with. Florida congressmen's unhinged racist and Islamophobic posts are under fire. How much you want to make a bet this is about Zoran Mamdani? This will be a good lead-in if it is. Let's watch this.
When Donald Trump named Michael Waltz as his national security advisor back in January, he's not in that job anymore, of course, Waltz had to leave his safe Republican congressional seat in Florida.
Oh, Waltz is the guy who accidentally added the Atlantic editor into the Signal chat. God, so much crazy shit has happened. Like, it's hard to remember all this stuff.
Half year later, Waltz is out of the administration. His old House district is now represented by the legislator in this video.
any type of facilitation. That was
good. You're done too. Next, 30 seconds.
Yeah, 30 seconds is disgusting.
Yep. Well, yeah. Come on up. Enjoy your terrorist rag. Come on, let's go. What?
Whoa! Ho! He said, enjoy your terrorist rag. Ho! What is going fucking on in this country, man? Jesus Christ.
You're next. Come on. What's your name? I'm the chairman. I can say what I want. If you don't like,
I can say whatever I want. Who's fucking Eric Cartman up there? I do what I want. I do what I want.
You can leave.
The guy calling that a terrorist rag is Randy Fine. He's a Trump-endorsed, extremely online far-right troll.
This is the type of dude that I hope gets Ebola in his dick. Like, this is a prime candidate for Ebola in your dick. Right there. Shingles in your butthole. Shingles in your butthole also. Shingles in your butthole and Ebola in your dick.
Who has spent his short time in Congress launching a similar barrage of sort of predictably disgusting and bigoted statements. Earlier this week, when Congresswoman Ilhan Omar criticized Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, Fine responded on social media telling her, quote, "I'm sure it is difficult to see us welcome the..."
Wow! Bro! Holy shit. Like, even if you want to take the most, like, hardline stance and say, like, you know, that he meant Hamas. Like, he's saying Hamas is a terrorist organization. Like, you would have to do so much mental gymnastics to defend that. Like, there are women, there are children, there are innocent men that have been fucking murdered in Gaza. Like, it doesn't matter what side of the Israel-Palestine argument you are on. It is undeniable that thousands and thousands and thousands of innocent people have been murdered. To make that statement is fucking wild. Randy Fine. All right. Good to know who this dude is.
Killer of so many of your fellow Muslim terrorists. When Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries demanded Fine apologize, he wrote, quote, "The Hamas caucus is upset. Boo-hoo." Fine has repeatedly called Omar and her colleague Rashida Tlaib and New York mayoral candidate Zohran Mamdani Muslim terrorists.
Bruh, we have a Muslim problem in America. Dude, tons of Muslims voted for Trump because they were unhappy with what Biden did. This is the dumbest timeline that has ever existed by fucking far. We live in a timeline where Muslims in the country voted against their own interests because they thought Kamala would actually be worse than Trump, even though Kamala, when asked, now mind you, Kamala avoided the question like the plague because we have a problem in the Democratic Party with AIPAC. But when she did answer it, she said, we need to find a means to get to peace in Gaza. We need to stop this conflict. And then you had Donald Trump on the other side of that during the debate with Joe Biden, where when he was asked, what would you say to Netanyahu if you had a chance about the Gaza conflict, what would you say? He said, I would tell him to finish it and finish it fast. Get it done. And has gone on to obviously talk about putting resorts in Gaza, talk about deporting people from Gaza, all Palestinians from Gaza. Like, it's such a fucking crazy timeline to live in where people literally voted for whatever stupid fucking reason, like in their head, like they heard. I mean, I guess that's kind of wrong for me to say that way because there are a lot of people that were losing their family members and stuff over there. But, like, to think that Trump was going to be better on this than Kamala, to me, that's just, like, fucking the height of ignorance. Like, I mean, it's, you know, I remember one person that was interviewed said, Trump might continue to bomb Gaza, but Joe Biden already is now. And, like, I understand that point of view. But, I mean, voting for Trump was clearly not the answer. But anyways, this guy saying we have a Muslim problem in America is just insane. It just makes that even worse, right? Like, so here it is. these people in the country that are Muslim, that voted for Trump because they thought he'd be better, are now even being disavowed by MAGA politicians that hate them. Wow.
He said, quote, Mamdani would do to New York City what Khomeini and Khamenei did to Tehran. We cannot let radical Muslims turn America into a Shiite caliphate. He's also said protesters blocking roads is an act of terror. Quote, in Florida, I helped to pass a bill to allow you to run them over. Now I'm taking it national. The Thump Thump Act is coming.
This is what you get. This is what you, what is it? Elect a clown, get a circus, right? This is elect a clown, get a circus. That's insane. Like if you had a job as a CEO of a company, you couldn't post stuff like this. If you had a job as like a low-level engineer at a tech company, you couldn't post stuff like this. But a congressman in the country that we live in America, can post this and keep his job. That's insane.
There are many, many, many more disgusting, bigoted, Islamophobic, particularly statements he's made. I can't read to you. Democrats are rightly calling out Fine's bigotry, but Republicans seem to have basically normalized this. Like this, there really was a time in my lifetime. When
that's funny. It says American Clown Show right down there.
This would be a scandal, and it's not a scandal anymore. It's a selling point. And sometimes you just really have to just take a step back to take in how degraded things.
Mountain bike fan, where is he? Yeah, he's in Florida.
Have gotten. Brendan Buck worked in communications for House Speakers John Boehner and Paul Ryan. Alex Wagner is a senior political analyst for MSNBC, and they both join me now. Brendan, let me ask you, do you think, I feel like 16 years ago, this calling a member of Congress a Muslim terrorist would be a scandal. There'd be like calls to deal with it and things like that. But am I wrong about that?
No, I mean, this should be a record scratch moment. It's not. I mean, look, I worked for two speakers. There were plenty of times where a speaker had to maybe even just quietly bring a member in and kind of remind them of what their expectations are around here and things we do and don't.
And this is what I'm saying when I say that, like, you have to give Trump credit for one thing, and that is he broke the political system. Like, things that were considered to be completely taboo, completely faux pas, are now on the table. And the real question is whether or not the left is willing to, meet these people at their level and, fight them on their home territory, because it is their home territory now. That seems to be the only winning strategy that you can have, is that you have to meet these people at that level and beat them at their own game, because it seems like the American populace is supporting this type of rhetoric, and that's fucking scary, and it sucks to know that that's where our society is going. Oh, thank you for the super chat, 5 Alarm. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you so much.
I'm just not sure that Mike Johnson or anybody in the leadership is really in a position to be able to do that right now. Look, I don't want you to. I sincerely don't believe that he sees this or most Republicans there should see this as a selling point. Maybe this does something for him online. I imagine the reaction from most of their members is, ranging from gross to that's really inconvenient for me. I don't think any of them are cheering for it, but none of them are probably in a position where they can actually do or say anything about it, because there's really only one speed right now, and that's you're on the attack all the time, and anybody who shows weakness is somehow aiding and abetting the opponent here, and they're just not going to be willing to do that. So yeah, they're going to look the other way. This should be a layup. Like, Kevin McCarthy basically ran Steve King out of Congress for some of the things that he said. That wasn't that long ago.
Dude, when you're fondly looking back on Kevin McCarthy, dude, you know that we have fallen far as a country. When you look back and you go, you remember the good old days when Kevin McCarthy used to keep these guys in line? Holy shit, man.
That is the way that it used to be. It's just not anymore.
Alex, what do you think?
This is a guy that in Florida, Governor DeSantis has called someone who repels people, but he also happens to be one of the architects of the Don't Stay Gay Act and the.
If Ron DeSantis says that you repel people, that is really bad.
Stop Woke Act, which are now, Republican Orthodox.
Look at this Peter Griffin looking motherfucker. Look at this goofy bitch. You know why he looks like that. You know why he talks like that. Because his ass, no one likes him. Nobody likes this dude. He don't have no friends. His family despises him. Like, this is a guy who like, he gets his rocks off saying shit on Twitter. He's a disgusting human being.
I mean, I gotta say, Chris, I thought about his kind of anti-Muslim, which is being generous, tirade against Ilhan Omar in the context of his broader, I guess we'll say, struggle against what he calls
He kind of looked like Mike Johnson's big brother. He looks like if Mike Johnson wasn't 4'6".
Anti-Semitism. This is happening in the context of, like...
I know, I was mean to say it about Peter Griffin. I'm sorry, Peter Griffin.
Elon Musk's Grok, Nazi Grok AI chatbot going out there and spewing hate speech. It has been fed that hate speech because conservatives demanded a...
Dude, how long until Grok runs for office? Tell me that, guys. Tell me, how long until an AI bot like Grok runs for office in Florida and wins with like 67% of the vote or something crazy? How long, guys?
Information-free, free speech platform, which Elon Musk created for them.
Rhonda Sanchez. Pamela, that is amazing. I'm stealing that.
and where... I ask, is Randy Fine in the context of that fight against anti-Semitism?
I call him Mom DeSantis because he always sounds like such a mom. He's always like, and I told him, like, can you believe this is going on right now? Like, people need to stop doing what they're doing. You need to do your homework. Like, that is the only thing that we should be concentrating on right now is people need to clean their rooms. So I call him Mom DeSantis because he's got big mom energy.
Nowhere, because it's not about anti-Semitism. It's not about principle. It's a completely tribal fight, us versus them. And that's the essential battle here. It's cloaked in anti-Semitism. It's cloaked in a sort of religious fervor. But it's truly about owning the libs. That's all it is. And the cruelest...
Okay, it's crazy to hear this shit actually being said on MSNBC. Am I crazy? Are they getting better? I mean, to hear these people actually talking about the things that get talked about on alternative media, on left tube on YouTube, like, to hear these people talking about this, like, actually, like, fucking breaks my mind a little bit. How long until MSNBC picks up dark woke? Let's see MSNBC go dark woke.
Basest way possible, which is, and by the way, dovetails with the agenda of Stop Woke and Don't Say Gay. This is all about a sort of tribal groupthink, and he's been involved in all of it. And I don't think we should think of that as a coincidence.
Let me ask you this, Rouse. Let's follow up with you, and then I'll come back to you, Brendan. One of the things I think that
that's what it's coming down to, Etch.
Unlocked on the right is that if there aren't people inside your own party calling something into question, it goes away as a scandal. Like, the only logs that can get thrown to a fire of a scandal are like George Santos, right? Like, if people on your own...
Dude, how bad was George Santos? I mean, Kevin McCarthy was still in, wasn't he still? Maybe he wasn't the speaker. Maybe Mike Johnson was the speaker. How bad was George Santos that he actually got kicked out of that fucking clown show? That's so crazy. The fact that Trump is like ignoring, apparently Mike Johnson told Trump not to give DeSantis, to give Santos the pardon. How bad do you have to be in the Republican Party to actually get ousted?
Or calling then it just can. But if you keep everyone together, no matter what, it goes away. I don't think Democrats have sort of figured that out, nor maybe should they. But that does seem like part of the dynamic.
Okay, Golf says he hated his realtor to Angela. Angela, just so you know, I loved my realtor. Okay, I had a very good experience.
Dynamic here.
Totally. If you don't have someone that sort of bucks the trend and someone who raises their head.
No, George Santos was convicted, and I believe he just went to prison.
The flag and says this isn't okay from a corner that isn't normally ringing the alarm.
He's actually claiming right now that he's working with. Now, mind you, George Santos is like a habitual liar, right? But he's claiming that he's working to unearth all of this like information about all of these politicians, Republican or Democrat, that are hiding the Epstein files. That's what he said. I mean, the one thing about that is that George Santos will happily lie about shit. So this could get real spicy.
Bell, then it goes by without passage. And I do think when Randy Fine came to Congress, the expectation was a real fighter's coming to Washington, right? This is part of the brand, and it's seen as MAGA. You know, this is the DNA of MAGAism: fight, fight, fight. I mean, I don't know, Brendan. I mean, I respect everything Brendan has to say about Congress, but I don't know that there isn't some kind of lust for more of this attitude.
Oh, 100% there is. Like that. This is like what drives me nuts about legacy media, right? And what it drives me nuts about, like, just the left in general, is it, like, breaks their brain to think that these people exist. It's like they've been selling their base forever that conservatives are racist, that conservatives are assholes, that conservatives are misogynists. And then when conservatives are like, you know what, actually, we are all of those things and we're tired of hiding it, the fucking legacy media and establishment Democrats are like, what? No, it's not like that bad. Like, they're not that, like what the fuck do you mean? Like, I'm giving you credit that you were right, and they are legit just like owning up to all of it. It's fucking insane.
Which is, again, tribalism at all costs.
Well, there's a question, right, Brendan, if the lust for that attitude, and I think there is lust for this attitude, if it comes from the voters in the primaries, right? Or it comes from like, I'm not necessarily sure where it comes from. It does seem like it's coming in some ways from voters in low turnout primaries. I'm not sure if it's.
You don't know where it's coming from? It's coming from over 50% of the fucking country, dog.
Coming from somewhere else. It's also coming from the culture.
Yeah, well, look, I mean, this was a candidate, at least, that people saw a lot.
July 25th. That's when he's supposed to go in. Okay. I saw something on his Twitter where he said he was headed to prison. So, I mean, dude lies all the time.
Red flags with. I mean, let's remember, this was a person we actually feared was going to lose in a ruby red seat in Florida. Yes. He ended up, I think, winning somewhat comfortably, but there was a lot of concern about his ability.
Okay, these guys are just they're just yapping. Now they're just yapping. They're just yapping. So we're going to end it there. That's why I can't watch legacy media, because I'm like, oh my God, Jesus Christ, you're just yapping now. All right. Well, thank you to everybody that donated. Thank you to everybody that joined the Angry Ginger Army. We actually got through almost all of those videos. Oh, we didn't watch the Jasmine Crockett video. I should watch that, but I do have to get off. I have to spend time with the family, or at least be upstairs. Here you guys go. And yes, just like Oxford said, go watch all three. Yeah, watch 1. This is 2. 2 is my favorite. 3 is fucking amazing. So is 1. Watch the Money Game trilogy by Rin. 1, 2, and 3. Dope music. Rin's actually a dope human being too. Go check him out on Twitter if you're still over there. You can read all this shit where he's making fun of Trump and tells people how much he hates him. He's got things that he says that I don't agree with it, but that's just normal. Everybody says things that I don't agree with. So I like Rin. He's dope. Check out his music. Check out High Rin. That's the thing that got him the most. Dominoes is another great song. Dominoes is Money Ties. That's another great song too. So yeah, go check out all that stuff, guys. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys, and I'm always super thankful for you guys for being here. So thanks, guys. I hope you guys have a good weekend.
Yeah, you effing with some wet-ass P-word. Bring a bucket and a mop for this wet-ass P-word. Give me everything you got for this wet-ass P-word. P-word. P-word is female genitalia.
Who explains sexual harassment to you and me?